Well, hello, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're having a very good day. My day has been, kind of long-ish. Let me go ahead and show you guys a new frame that I have. Tell me what you think. Let me get to the stinking thing first. And I had wanted to upload a different background that I made, and now I can't see. I guess I didn't upload it. I thought I did. And there's my little Hunbot frame. What do you guys think of that? I thought it was quite cute. So let me go ahead and welcome you guys here. And I have my Blue Yeti plugged in. And I wanted to see what you guys thought about the sound. And I put up a towel behind me where there's a window to see if that helps with the sound with having the Yeti in here and everything. And I also, what I've used before as a background, which is this white screen that has different size circles all over it. I have that at the end of my bed to kind of like block stuff or noise. So I'm trying to see let's see how this works. So, hey there, Joe, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, biting cold. Well, it is some heat here. Hello there, Magical Nav. How are you doing, my sweet? Hershey, how are you? You like the frame? Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Hey, Wes, how are you, my dear? Thomas, glad that you are here. Hey there, Albs, how are you doing? Nice to see you. What does he have to do with payment processing? Everyone knows the prince is the one who handles payments, taxes, and tourist insurance on your shipments. Oh, wow, y'all are having some interesting conversations. Corn the long way. Wow, that is quite the handle, and I love the ears of corn. Ricardo, how are you, my love? I hope you're doing very good. Oh, there's a new BBC documentary about Ruja. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Thank you for letting me know. Ash is going to need a completely new face after this scam. Now, no way you can go back to after this one. Huh. He'll just use someone else as a front. Yeah. There'll probably be a different front. Yes, probably so. What we're going to be doing today, so you guys know, this is the day 2 years ago hey there, Monhan. How are you doing, sweetheart? I'm so glad that you joined. And Salami, how are you? Nice to see you. And Mark, how are you, sweetheart? Good to see you as well. Today is the literal 2-year anniversary at midnight, if memory serves. Hey, Jenny Jen, when the founder positions closed. So there was that last dig effort, to let's see how many people we can get to sign on up to be a founder on Passive. So we're going to be looking at some things from, back in the day, on the day that, like this stuff was happening. So I thought that you guys might enjoy that. So that's what we're going to do today. And there's my drink. Oh, and by the way, I did look up to see how much I paid for my bottle that I told you guys that I got, my little thermos thing. And it was like $15 and it works very well. Just goes to prove you don't have to spend $60 on no damn Stanley cup. Just saying. Love the retro on Passive. Yeah, I do too. I really like seeing what was said then and then seeing what's being said now. And it's like, it's almost like it didn't change, You're uncharacteristic. Oh my gosh, could I even say uncharacteristic? Okay. Anyway, I'm getting my tongue tied. You're not busy, so might do a deep clean of the place. Oh, that's nice. Been 2 years without new founders and almost 10 months since the release of Oconet commercial. Yeah. Time flies when nothing happens, Monhun, my love. You are so correct on that. And that is just, it's really hard to kind of wrap my head around that, 2 years when it ended, and that people are still believing like, "Oh, yeah, we just gotta be patient. But, good things are coming. It's coming. That train is coming. We're on board. We're gonna get there." You know, and they're still waiting. I just my degree of patience would have run out. And last night I was listening to a bit of Rob Lynn, and quite frankly, it is to a point where it's very, very hard for me to listen to them to continue to say the same thing over and over and over again with literally like, okay, you have nothing to show. And you're going on what you've been told, but there's no evidence of anything. How do we get our refunds? That's a great question, Cornfield Closet. I would say you need to request it in writing. It's easy to find the address in Florida. That's still, even though it's not on the website, but you can still find it. Thank you, Monhun. Support at onpassive.com. Email them and request a refund. Like refund in terms of not O coins, but actual, dollars to donuts, actual currency. Because he did promise that. And I actually did have a video that went out showing that he promised that you could ask for that. You don't have to accept O coins according to the promise he made. But then I think he tried to like walk that back as if that was never mentioned or something, They can't pay. How will they release a refund? Well, that's the thing. And then I would also say, wherever you are in this world, and I don't know what country you're in, I'd report it to your bank. I'd report it to the local law enforcement. I would report it to whatever regulatory agency you have. I'd report it to the SEC in the US. I would report it to anyone and everyone, far and wide. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to guarantee that you will get a refund per se, but the more people who reach out and talk about this, the more likely you'll get their attention. You know what I mean? And Hershey, that's one I can't listen to either. Oh my gosh, it's just, I think the part that really gets me are the people who actually full on still believe, and their desperation is just like so, I guess, obvious. You can hear it, the desperation in their voice is what hurts me. You know what I mean? That really, really hurts me. And I hate that people have been strung along for so damn long. Well, I'm going to, let me see, go ahead and first present the first one. Hang on a second. I've got to see which one is first, second, and third. Okay, that one is this is the first one. Gotta set it up for myself so I know when I bring it over here, and I will then fix it so we can watch it. It's not that. It's that. And let me see if I can bring you guys over to this other side. I have a very odd setup right now. I have like a lot of different contraptions all over the place. Okay. Let me make that really big. And let me also remove myself. So you guys, get the full thing without me. Now, oh goodness, now I can't see it now. Okay, wait, it's going to take me a moment over here. Give me a second as I figure this out. I have to keep moving like where I am on the screen. There, that's what I want. Okay. All right.
I don't know where we're talking about the Burj Khalifa or somewhere. If we open a taco shop, I don't know if somewhere
Can you guys hear all that? Are you good with being able to hear it? Let me know because I want to make sure you guys can hear it. Hey, Chelsea. Yeah, you can watch the replay later. Thank you, Monhun.
there are no tacos like in different countries, but some Mexican little tortilla with toppings in it, and if we do sell that in ONPASSIVE or whatever the business name is, we will succeed. It's who we have and the culture, the mentality, the character, and how we do business. Okay, perhaps having chosen.
It's from 2 years ago, so that'd be 2022.
Us, to choose that AI, a futuristic value, along with automating the internet. It's basically a remake for the internet, an extreme makeover of the whole internet, combining all of that in one place, one sign-on. You have everything at your fingertip, automated, like the engineers were talking, secured, doing the work, having staff to take care of that, and us enjoying the ride, that effort. Okay, so just it's a beautiful. It doesn't take a genius. We have a perfect model. So,
we do.
But say tomorrow we want to add. Okay, I can't wait for just like the day we say no more founders. You're just gonna hear a bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, because I don't want it to.
Okay, so we have lived through when there's no more founders. Okay, where are these bombs that he mentioned? I guess he's trying to say like he's going to be dropping stuff, all the time. This is from one of the founder meetings, one of the founder webinars.
I don't want it to sound. The reason I just want to clarify to you: if I go ahead and throw a bomb right now, okay, what would it sound or could be misinterpreted? Okay, how people could take it? Yeah, how it might sound like we're pushing people or hyping people up to say what is happening in order to get a few more founders, which is far from the truth. Okay, and the other side of it, we don't want to talk too soon. Just when things shape up better, stable, and more enhanced, we can say, oh, by the way, we have this. Now we don't have to have it. Trust me. What we have nothing to do with what we talked about a couple of years ago and up until now with Go Founders, with O Founders, with an ONPASSIVE scope. None of that is mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any obligation to add it to the ONPASSIVE, revolution? No, zero.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
only a choice, but we love it. So for it not to be misunderstood in a way, okay, or mixed up, okay, it will be that stack in the cool and that earthquake effect
Mm-hmm.
where it's just really vibrant, like, my goodness. So there's no rational shadow of a doubt why would this company do it unless they really want to make a difference from the
Right.
heart. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you will see. I mean, the first announcement is going to tell, wow, he doesn't have to have this in ONPASSIVE. Could have done that for myself, for my family,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or for a million reasons, okay. If I was after the money, if I was after that, it would be just normal to understand it for anybody with just the basics of.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be all connected brain. It just, if it has a couple of wires to
Yeah.
touch and work.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Uh,
I'm just excited about those days when we remove that. Hey,
yeah.
listen, we're not after your money. In fact, I don't want anybody to register. I'm just going to show you what we have, and that is a good direct evidence of how much we care, not
Yeah.
how much we want to make, or or hype up people, or excite them, or mislead them so they can register, make money. That is the norm, okay? We're
Yeah.
not like that. So we
Yeah.
chose not to show what we have because of that
Mm-hmm.
reason. And, we want things to be in hand. But
Mm-hmm.
do we have any plan until now to build a different dimension away from ONPASSIVE? No.
All right, that was the first clip that I wanted to share with you guys. What did you think of that? Hard to believe. That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. How far I'm sorry, we haven't really come very far, have we? I know earlier this week there was they were all excited about having a processor, and it's like all of a sudden, oh, no, we don't have that anymore. It's, one step forward, 300 back. What can I say? Oh, I wonder too, Monhan, about that ear tag. Poor thing. He's gotten a bit better as a speaker. Do you think he has? I think he was a better speaker earlier than what he has become. Because early on, he had a lot of more excitement in his voice. And this was 2 years ago. And it sounds very calm there. Almost a little bit too calm for me. It's like, okay, are you really doing what you're saying you're doing? I mean, we now know it was a bunch of horse shit because nothing appeared, but he was kind of very laid back and kind of sounded a little bit like, yeah, things are going to happen. But then here we are 2 years later, no more founder positions, and people have been just waiting. I mean, 10 months since, launching to the world, and people haven't been paid. Montan says, I think he sounds better now only because his appearances are rare and not 5 hours long. You know what? That's a good point. Sam, you didn't miss much. It was about a 12-minute clip from a webinar in 2022. I have 2 more videos that we're going to watch that are also from that period. This is the exact day of when the founder's position closed 2 years ago. So we have that. Today is the day, the anniversary of when the founder positions closed. And here we are. How far we haven't come that far, have we? We have one product that was released, and it was only released after the SEC filed security fraud charges, and then also said that the company operates as a pyramid scheme, which they're now in mediation, and the mediation will continue. They'll have ongoing meetings. The first meeting was on May 10th of this year. And if they don't reach an agreement in mediation, because each time that they have a mediation meeting, the docket will be updated and I will inform you. And if they don't come to an agreement, then it will go to trial. And he tries to pass it off as it was just a letter, and that's not the case. That is not the case at all. So next, what I have for you is Red's reaction from back in the day, back around the same time period. So are you guys ready for this? Let me present my screen, find it for you. Okay, hang on a second because to maneuver things around. And it takes me a moment to get things in the right place. I've got it going on, and I will enlarge everything so you get the full awesomeness of Red. Okay? So here we go.
Okay, hi everyone, how you doing? Red Redfern here for the roundtable updates. Just to make sure you can hear me all right. If you'd like to just put it in the chat, that would be great if you can. And we'll just make sure that everything's working okay. Let's have a look. Okay, if somebody's on, can you just send me a quick messenger just to make sure you can hear me okay, because I can't see the chat. Doesn't matter, I can still give the updates. So if somebody can just give me a quick excellent. Okay then, now that everyone's okay, stop everyone, I've got the message. Everyone is messaging me, that's absolutely fine. Right then, so the updates from yesterday, it was mind-bogglingly amazing, really, really good. Ash came on, and did he deliver? He absolutely gave us a lot to think about. He certainly did, with the updates that he gave us. Extremely upbeat, extremely excited, and so he should be. And I'm obviously going to cover what he had to say for today, and I'll try and explain it all as we're going along. So let's start off with the NDAs, the non-disclosure agreements. He came on and he said that we will not be allowed to edit any of the NDA details. What the company is going to be doing is they've made a bit of software that checks the square part where you sign it, and it will tell you whether the signature is good or not. Now, anybody whose signature is not good, the company will, first of all, when you log into the account, it will automatically pop up and you re-sign it. After a period of time, if it has not been signed, then the company will email you to ask you to then go ahead and sign the NDA. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. Please do not contact support. It is not necessary at all, because the company are going to check it for you and tell you if it is sufficient or not. Now, on this note of this, as long as there is a signature there, you are good to go. Whether it's by yourself, whether it's somebody else's signature or anything like that, it is, as long as there is a signature there, we are good to go. He also said there's around about 7,000-ish odd founders. Okay, who have incorrect phone numbers, profiles, etc. Okay, make sure you update all of this information in your back office to make sure that it is correct. All right, we've only got a couple more weeks to go, and it really is imperative that we,
and it just him talking about updating everything. And I've never revealed, and I'm not going to reveal, where I have found founders' information online for anybody to be able to get their address, phone number, all of that stuff. But just hearing him telling people to update things, it makes me think of that, and it makes me very worried about how people who have joined could be contacted about other things that could be preying on them to siphon off any more money from them. So all this thing about security that they have, I would beg to differ with that, considering information is just out there.
make sure that these are signed. And this goes along for the people, part of this 7,000, that haven't even signed their NDAs yet. I've actually got 3 in my team on my personal sponsors that haven't signed their NDA, and I have time and time again tried to contact them to say, go ahead and sign your NDA. What he did say is that if the details aren't correct, okay, if you have not signed your NDA, okay, then you will not be part of any of the marketing campaign, bonuses, invites, etc. So it is imperative that you make sure that it is all signed and the profile is up to date with your correct name and surname. For instance, I've changed all mine. I was down as Redfern, okay? Obviously, that is my name, but it's not my proper name. My real name is Richard. So I have gone along and changed every single account to my proper name, Richard, okay? And everybody can do.
And how many accounts do you have, Brad? Just kind of wondering, how many accounts do you have? I mean, I think I have it on a list somewhere. I haven't looked at it in a while, but, he doesn't have just like 1 or 2. Many.
Do this within your profile section. Log in, top right-hand corner, click the drop down. It'll say profile, hit that, and you can amend first name, last name, and the phone numbers in there. Okay, so we are good to go on all of that. Email changes, anything that has come across through support or the LC, this has all been worked on and it is being done as we speak now. Okay, so if there is anything, we need to clear all this up as soon as possible. Remember, any email changes can only be done through an LC member, and you have to have an extremely valid reason to do it. Not that you don't like the email anymore or anything like that. You have to give a valid reason.
Well, what are these valid reasons? Are you going to list them, or do you just, whichever direction the wind blows on a particular day, decide when it's valid and when it's invalid? Because if you don't tell people what the valid reasons are, shouldn't you expect people to come up with all kinds of different reasons why they want to have it changed? So I'm really confused as to the lack of instructions that were given 2 years ago. Are you guys with me on that? I mean, it's like, I think that's really something that's important, is to give very clear instructions. But then again, look what we're talking about. Monhun says, oh goodness, this was around the time they had the public Google sheet for people to, oh my gosh. Oh, you are so right. The public Google sheet for people to submit email changes that anybody could view and modify. The tech genius is always taking privacy seriously. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you so much for reminding me about it. Yeah. Yeah, they always take security so seriously. They make sure everything's top notch. That's why I can find people's information so freely who have joined ONPASSIVE on the internet. Very disturbing, very disturbing. And if I was a founder, I'd be very disturbed that my information is out there just willy-nilly.
Refunds was the next point that he came across.
Oh gosh, refunds. Okay, once again, we all know that a refund means getting back the money, not O coins, which is a made up currency where it's just randomly decided that this made up currency, an O coin, equals $1. It doesn't. It's the same thing as monopoly money. It's the same thing if your child just makes up their own currency and like cuts it out on paper and hands it to you because they're going to the store, in the pantry, they're playing store. It's the same thing. It's not real. It's pretend. But somehow he's convinced you that it was a refund when it never was. All it meant was that you're getting this thing from him if you got O Connect. He was, quote, reducing the cost, making it look like he's reducing the cost on these O coins because he's subtracting these 97 O coins. He could have slapped any price out there. It doesn't matter because it's all made up.
The company has an internal goal, all right? And what we mean by this is they want to make sure that all refunds have been cleared by the end of May. We're on the 24th today. So within a week's time, they want to have all refunds down to 0. So what is going to happen is all of the refunds will be actioned, okay? And obviously some might be in a pending process. For instance, if they are asking for a refund from 2 years ago, they used PayPal, then there's going to have to be some correspondence between the client and the company to get a satisfactory method to be able to get this person paid out. But one thing's for sure is they want to make sure that these are going to be done by the end of May. So if you still want a refund and the company are offering you one, okay, please give them an alternative method if they are asking for it, because without alternative method, they can't refund you. It's simple as that. So let support know the specifics of the refund method you want it. If it's crypto, then you obviously need to provide a wallet. Without a wallet, they can't send you anything. Again, please work with support after this. And if you can get this message to the rest of your teams, that really would help. Obviously, after May, they will be terminating people, but refunds might be held up for a little bit longer. Okay, so please bear that in mind. Ash then went on to speak a lot about the new data center that is coming online. This is going to be live.
Oh, the new data center. Oh, do tell more. Where is this new data center? How many data centers do you have? Where's that mobile data center? Oh, is it still smoke and mirrors? It's non-existent. It's just like sand runs through your fingers. It's just not there. Smoke and mirrors.
Okay, in less than 1 month's time. He gave a date in mid-June. Okay, but he said it might be before that. So within 1 month, this data center will be coming online. This is
and it never did. They still use AWS.
The first phase of this coming online will be completed by this Friday. Then we're going
never happened.
to require a second data center. This is going to be absolutely huge, much bigger than the one we have already got. Now remember, the one we have already got has the capacity to
let me see. It's the Desert Mirage, exactly, right? Early this week, Red was speculating that ONPASSIVE was the company building a $3 billion UK, a 3 billion UK pound. Okay, so I'm just going to say dollar because it's just easy for me. So I'm going to say dollar. $3 billion UK AI data center. No, get out. So he's speculating that they're not. They're not. I'm sorry. I mean, ONPASSIVE doing that? No. I mean, they don't even have one, much less two, much less building something that's $3 billion worth, as if. But I think thank you so much for sharing that. I think that's really humorous. The mysterious data center. Let's not forget about the mobile data center. Let's not forget about all the houses that he was going to build too, and the cities. And I mean, there's just so many things, in the clean water and blah, 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 which hasn't happened.
Have 1 billion users online all at the same time, multi-using different products and services of the ONPASSIVE ecosystem. So just imagine how large this second data center is going to be. Remember, it doesn't matter where it is. All we know that it's going to be in multiple locations around the globe. Where it is immaterial. All we need to know is that it's going to facilitate the needs of our ecosystem and ONPASSIVE, and a lot more. This will allow us to launch OMail and OConnect to go commercial. So it's a big
Wow. But OConnect wasn't launched until 2023. But go on, tell me more.
Deal. OMail is the most complete email system on the marketplace at the moment. It is completely spam free. It will have unlimited emails that you'll be able to send it out, and also series of emails and responders, etc. Plus millions of messages will all be able to be sent from OMail. So that's very exciting. These two products alone will allow anybody who is a founder of ONPASSIVE to hand in their resignation of their job, because it's going to make us very wealthy indeed. Just those two.
So exactly who has handed in their resignation because they're, making bank with ONPASSIVE. Here we are 2 years later. Has that happened? Last I was aware, there's been people that have had to find work because they're not getting anything out of ONPASSIVE. That's the sad reality. Smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors.
Two products. OMail is much better than Gmail, he went on to say.
Oh, good God. OMail is much better. The fact that it goes to spam. It's like, OMail doesn't stand a chance.
And any other email provider. With the launch of the data center, we'll be taking over the email business. Why? Because.
Oh, so do tell me, you're going to take over the email business? Really? When did that happen? Oh, it didn't. Yeah. Okay. It didn't happen. Here we are 2 years later. It didn't happen, Red. Very interesting to hear about how you were going to take it over.
Because we have complete control over what we are doing. This is what Ash has always wanted to do, is to be in complete control of what we are doing. We don't want to have any third parties telling us what we can and cannot do, and also, of course, telling us what we can and cannot charge for our products. So we are finishing our strategy, okay, within these data centers and within time. Now, he did say this is going to take probably a good year, if not longer. We will end up dominating the data center marketplace. Now, at the moment, there is other companies around, Google, AWS services, Microsoft as well, all have data centers. but we are going to be much, much larger than these people at a much lower price point. What do you think the companies are going to do when they hear about ONPASSIVE, what we can provide for these companies? They are going to flock to us purely and simply because we give better value, better service at a lower price point. It's completely no-brainer if you are a business person and you're already hosting your services on another data center platform. So by the end of the year, he said he will be able to guarantee that we will dominate the data center industry to enable us.
By the end of the year, he said that they would dominate the data center industry. That didn't happen. Remember that promises made, promises kept thing about Ash, keeping his word? I think this is, more of an illustration of how nothing but crap just comes out of his mouth. And the reality is that he isn't true to his word because it doesn't happen. The data center never happened.
Alone, just with that one product, to be very, very wealthy.
Hey, Kenneth.
So 9 products are all ready to go, beginning with Founders.
Okay. Oh my God, 9 products all ready to go. 2 years ago, this was said. Wow, Red. Do you ever think about what you said 2 years ago and realize that it was all bullshit? Because here you are with just O Connect, and that's not working well, and you don't have a processor still.
Okay, because that is ours. We expect to see a change in this within the next few days. It's going to have a new professional video, which will be part of the new Founders. Also, talking of videos, we're going to have videos for the following products as well: O Mail, O Connect, O Staff, O Trim, O Academy, and O Tracker. This is just to name 9, but there is obviously going to be coming a lot more as well. These are all going to be available on the ONPASSIVE YouTube channel as well. So you'll be able to have a look at these. So that's pretty cool as well. What else did he come up and say? He said as well, regardless of any item, that is the product, it has enough potential to make us all wealthy, or at least have a greater impact on our lives. What we have at the moment as far as products, services, physical products, data centers, no other company comes close to having so.
No other company comes close because they actually have products that people buy and use that work. They're not blowing smoke up people's buttholes year after year. Just thought I would, throw that in.
Many things all in one place, and each one of these things alone is better than any of us have ever had the privilege of being part of. He gave us a bit of an update as well about O Staff. It is completely done now, and the CCC.
It's done? Why isn't it being used? Why haven't you been able to sell it? Why wasn't it launched to the world? What happened? Just curious, Red. You said it was done. Here we are 2 years later, still not out there.
The CCTV add-on to it has been integrated as well. So can you imagine, if you are a business person, you not only are doing all of your HR resourcing through O Staff, but you also have the ability as well to look at all your locations, to look at specific places within your business via the O Staff through CCTV anywhere you are in the world. The first company ever to do this. Ash is speechless of how far and fast we have come. It really is amazing that where we are right now in on passive, from where we were a very, very short period.
That was great. Where he stumbled and he was going to say, oh, something. Then I was like, oh, wait. That's not right. Okay. Oh, I'm passive. I'm not talking about an oh something. That was beautiful.
Of time. So he went on to talk a little bit about payment issues. This had been flagged up to many of the LC members around about a week ago. We got on straight away to the tech team and Ash Mufareh as well, so we are aware of it. And last week we knew we had some problems. There was a glitch in one of the payment processors. All payments have now been confirmed and that they are going through the fix. So those who have kept clicking multiple times, and there is a few of those, by the way, they will all be refunded. So do not worry. It will go back to the source of how they paid. Okay, so if you have anybody on your team who has paid multiple times, the company knows about it, and it is going to be actioned. However, if you have not had a refund within 2 weeks, please reach out to support and raise a ticket with all of the information. Also, talking of payments, he said, within a very short period of time, we will be confirming to you, the founders, the payment merchant for receiving and paying out. Okay, so you start doing the maths on this one. Okay, that means we are this close, guys. What do we know so far? We know that the founder's position has got less than 1 week to go, 1 month to go, sorry, before it finishes. We know that the data center, okay, has got less than 1 month to go before that is live. We have been told previously that without the data center, we cannot go to the next stage, which is selling our products and services. The merchant is coming online. So everything is coming together, and very shortly, once that founder's position has been finished, Ash Mufareh will update us again on exactly the way forward, how much packages are going to be, etc., etc.
Wow. So he was going to update you on the packages. This was 2 years ago. And then OConnect didn't release until a year later. And there was only one package. Very confusing how all that worked. And right now, you still don't have a processor. You like burn through so many of them, and nobody seems to want to stick around. Oh, whoop, whoop for the catch-up crew. Hey, they're curious. So, I mean, I find that interesting. It's really interesting to hear all of this coming from Red, you know, of all the things that have not happened. And I'm guessing he believed it at the time, but it's very interesting how there's never a retrospective in which they go back and go like, oh, yeah, this didn't happen and this didn't happen. But I said it was going to happen. They don't do that. So I'm glad that I can do that for you and remind you of what you said that never happened.
So very, very exciting time we are at the moment. Really is
So
very,
exciting.
very exciting. So it's safe to say that on June the 23rd of this year, there will be no more founders positions available. It might be before that, but Ash did say within 1 month there will be no more. So we might announce this prior to it, or we may not. So just keep this in mind when you are prospecting for new founders, that this position is coming to an end very soon. And we do mean very, very soon.
Use FOMO.
We may or not share the specific date for when this is going to happen. So please bear this in mind when you are prospecting. But you can go and say that this position will be less than 1 month's time. There will be no more. So, okay, your world is just about to be flipped upside down with what you have in your hands. You as a founder, we know so little about what is coming our way. In regards to the data,
and you know what? Very little has actually come your way. So it's fitting that you didn't know anything, because there was nothing to ever know.
center, the staff will know where the location. Even the staff will not know where the locations are or the hosting areas. This is extremely confidential. We don't need to know about it. We have no idea where it is. But one thing he did say is it's not in Hyderabad and it is not in Dubai. So it is in a complete different location. These data centers are breakthrough in their technology. They are a business on their own. Businesses are going to come to us, okay, because of the cost factor. We have also got some really cool tech stuff that is going on with these data centers to make it extremely economical from a usage point of view, from electricity. So I'm sure we'll get a lot more details of those in the near future. Just having the domain name as well on Passive is already going to be owning the market, bringing this in a secure aspect in its design, unlimited, top level domain names, etc. All sorts of things as well. Why wouldn't a customer want to come to this one-stop shop, an ecosystem where they pay peanuts to get so much? This is called value. And remember, talking of domain names, every single domain name that will be through the ONPASSIVE servers will be unique, individual. We will not suggest one to you, but when we will pick up the first name and your last name and maybe give you a few suggestions, but you can choose whichever one you want to as well. Let's have a look as well. He also went on to saying about because we are hosting our own domains, okay, we have complete control over the HTTPSs, SSLs, TLSs. These are all done for you. This is security for your domain name. No other company has all that. But remember as well that money will be involved with wallet. So it really is imperative that we have the most secure domain names out there, so that it gives us that extra layer when we are dealing with money. There is no logical reason why internet users would not come to use our higher grade and secure networks.
Oh, I think there's a lot of reasons. And I think one of them that people won't come, considering the lawsuit and the SEC. I mean, that's going to kind of turn people off. You know, I guess unless there's people and businesses that are, a little bit on the sketchy side, that would be willing to, give it a go. But I think that would even dry up. And would they even want to risk it? I mean, I think they'd really kind of prefer to go with something that's known and works versus something unknown. And there's nothing out there still 2 years later after when this was said. Just a thought, Brad. Just a thought.
Rather than other people's. You went on and said, how could people use Zoom or go to webinars after they have seen OConnect? It makes no sense whatsoever. We are new, we are innovative, and we bring the best technology at the cheapest
the best technology at the cheapest. Okay, how do you know it's the best technology? How are you measuring that? What do you base it off of? Is it just because Ash has said so? And so then you're repeating what he said? Because if you're doing that, that's meaningless to just be a parrot. You have the best technology. Well, if that was so, then I think people in the tech field would be very aware of what's going on with ONPASSIVE. I mean, 2 years ago, and people would have been talking about it. It would be a buzz. Never was, still isn't.
Cheapest price point than any other product out there right at the moment. Starting with any of our products in ONPASSIVE, we are far superior, he went on to say as well. ONPASSIVE, specifically for the Academy service, these are going to be integrated before we see Academy, so that when we do get hold of it, there is already going to be content in there and courses, etc. So it will give a really good feel to the platform. The May the 28th event that we were told about might be substituted. The company is moving things around at the moment, and we'll let the founders know of any new event and date. But there is definitely some coming. The one in June he talked about is not going to be in America. He hasn't said where it is. Ash has been requested to attend this one, and there is a lot, massive preparations for this event. So whereabouts it's going to be.
And did Mr. Ash attend anything? Because I don't remember him attending any kind of anything. Any kind of conference or anything. Does anybody else? Because I don't. Hey, Beth, how are you, sweetheart? And if he's requested to attend anywhere, I think he'd be requested to attend a mediation meeting.
We do not know, but Mohammed Kamal came on as well later on in the presentation with Ash, and he said that we are going to be completely blown away. He says it's as big, if not bigger, than the one on Burj Khalifa. So I don't know how they're going to top that, but very much looking forward to that. Now, talking about money, involvement of the pay structure due to the overall product impact, education, humanitarian, digital marketing, and add it all together, you know this company will generate more income than any other company up to now, ending in billions. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of billion founders out there. We already know.
Excuse me, sir. So you're saying, you're implying again, illegal business. So illegal money claim right there of like how much people are going to earn, just saying illions. We know you mean millions and billions, so if you think that you're not saying that, you actually are. We can read what that is.
Know that we are going to have passive airs, okay, but we're going to have illions as well. We are going to be setting records as a business. In
what records have you fucking set? For the longest time in history to ever find a processor that will stick with you more than 24 hours? Is that the record? Just wondering, because I don't think there's no record at all for, I guess maybe for all of the untruths that have been told. Maybe it's that.
Every direction, he went on to say. Your net worth is equal to your net worth.
Oh, stop
very,
it.
Very important. This is
okay, just saying that, and they're all about, we're not an MLM, but yet use quotes like that, which come from the MLM world. It's like you prove you are what you say you're not. with all that bullshit.
To do with you as a person. How you treat everybody, okay, is really, really important. This is your net worth, and you have your net worth, okay, by the people you surround yourself with, okay. The 5 people that you hang around with the most should be the ones, okay, that are giving you the best value that you can possibly have within business. So start hanging around people that allow you to grow. Imagine if you hang around with 50 successful people, how much net worth do you think it will be for you? And it is so true. It really, really does rub off on you. As they say, birds of a feather flock together. We as ONPASSIVians, we are flocking together. The biggest flock you have ever seen. Why? Because we all have the same vision, the same goals to not only generate wealth for ourselves, but for also for many, many hundreds, thousands, and millions of other people who are close and dear to us. And then we are all going to spread out from that. He finished off by saying that there are about 5 billion people online worldwide now using the internet. And there are only around about 450 million domains worldwide. And really, about 150 million of those people, 150 million people own those domains. So think about how much domain can be created by ONPASSIVE, not just for the domains, but by hosting live websites that are all selling for peanuts. That is a low price point. What happens if some of these 5 billion people right now start buying domains from us?
Hasn't happened because you haven't had them for sale. And even if you did, how would people be purchasing them when you can't keep a processor? You know, that always kind of comes back to, you can't keep a processor. It always kind of like seems to be a problem, doesn't it? But, you know, this was 2 years ago. I guess he was just dreaming. Again, smoke and mirrors.
Crazily thing to imagine. That is an awful lot of people just from that one product, domain. It is going to be absolutely one word: domination. Just on that one product alone, the domain name business will be ours worldwide.
No.
He finished up by saying we'll have a new website for ONPASSIVE around Friday. You'll have new links for it in your back office, like we've had for 49, 50, 51. But we are going to have a new one. Now, if you remember back to
let's see, Monhun says there are fewer than 400 million registered domains. People have been able to buy them for over 30 years. Why would 5 billion people suddenly want one just because ONPASSIVE offers them? That's a really good point. I don't think they would, you know? And then Hershey says, how many people need or want an ONPASSIVE domain? Well, I think the only people who would want that are founders, you know? And I think they would end up regretting it because I think somehow that they just wouldn't work, just like everything else.
Last time when he talked about ONPASSIVE, he said the next one will be due in about 2 weeks. This is even faster than that. So we really are picking up the pace at the moment for these new websites coming out. So just to reiterate what Ash had been saying on this, and to summarize, he was talking a little bit about the world economy and what is happening out there at the moment. The timing for ONPASSIVE is absolutely perfect at the moment. What is coming for ONPASSIVE, we could not be in a better place as far as timing for what people are looking for. Anyway, guys, that is the recap.
And how do you know that? How do you know about this timing and that you were at 2 years ago You were in the perfect position. According to whom? And what position was that? And this position, again, that was so perfect, based on what? How was that verified? Was it verified? Or did you just accept what you were told? We're like, yeah, what he said. We believe. That's kind of what I feel happened.
Cap for today. Thanks very much for watching. Amazing numbers on here. I think we peaked out at just over 400, which is astronomical and fantastic. I hope it's been beneficial for you to catch this recap. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We will be having the ONPASSIVE 360, okay, and there will be 3 of us. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow. That's going to be 11. No, it's not. It's going to be at midday Eastern Dayland time and 5 p.m. UK time. Remember, the door is closing on that Founders position tonight at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight time, which is 7 p.m. UK time. There is a corporate guest webinar. The lovely Susan McRae is going to be doing the hosting for that and giving the presentation. So if you have anybody that you think deserves to be a founder in ONPASSIVE,
oh my gosh, oh my gosh, get out of here. Anyone who deserves to be an ONPASSIVE founder. So now it's an exclusive club that only those who are deserving would be invited to come and hear the presentation. What a bunch of horse shit.
Tonight, and we will do our best to present the founders opportunity to them. That's it from me. My name's Red Redfern. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, just down here is the subscription link. Give that a click and also the bell next to it. And I'll speak to all of you tomorrow or later on today. Bye for now.
Well, was that fun or was that fun? Whew. And we have one more video to check out. Let me see how long it is. It's about, it's longer. I'm probably going to speed it up a bit. Hang on a second. Excuse me. Let me check on something. So at this time, this is, founders, well, at least the ones who are prominent founders, they were really trying to still push it onto people to become a founder. But also, they had positions themselves that they would share their Gmail addresses, no OMail at the time, and trying to sell positions that had early date stamps. Because remember, at the time, date stamps mattered. Then all of a sudden, that just went away with. It's like literally anything they've been told has been changed. It's like you can't keep up with all of it. And I always go back to, because he never has a damn thing written the fuck down. Like you're expected just to recall all of this nonsense. And I think that is highly problematic. If you're a, quote, businessman, you need to be able to have stuff so that people can go refer to it and look it up, as opposed to like, that was webinar 689 on, let's see, June 11th of 2020 at 2:36 p.m. I mean, it's just insane that there's no kind of track record that he's keeping where people can go and find information. They're just expected to like randomly switch and not care when things change. It's just disgusting to me. And yes, at the time, there's a lot of people who were sending money into all of the people who were doing webinars like on the daily, and a lot of the founders who were donating money to these people really didn't have it to spare, in my opinion. And yet they were supporting these people to continue to tell them what I believe were just like more lies and more lies and more lies. And Monhan says they can't keep track because Ash hasn't launched Oh My Life, the supposed product that captures your every memory. I remember him talking about something like that. You know, I do remember that. And Queen, I'm with you. I don't have a penny to spare to a scammy cult either. You know, I just want to spend my money on things that actually exist as opposed to a fantasy. Because that's all this is a fantasy. And keeping people believing in the fantasy. All right. So this is the last one, and I believe in this one, Ash appears. And again, this is all about keeping the founders believing. And today marks the day 2 years ago on June 22nd at midnight. The founder positions, the doors shut, and no more. But I just have a feeling that, you know, there's still people like selling positions that, you know, were like pending founders. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, but you know, I've seen things where they're like welcoming new people and stuff. And I'm like, well, what's up with that? I mean, it's like, I don't know. There's just like, there's more questions than answers overall, you know, more questions than there are answers. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen so we can watch this next one together of back in 2022. And this was a round table. So wonderful. Okay, I've got to move this over here again so I can like see, so I can share it. Give me a moment while I get all of this reconfigured and set up for you guys. Goodness. Goodness. Here we go. And I'll go ahead and speed it up a bit. Let's try that. And if we need to do it quicker, we will. How's that? I don't know what happened to O Cruz. Alrighty dighty. So let's see what Mr. Chris had to say 2 years ago. All around the time when the founder doors shut.
Hi, don't want to take much of your time. Let's get going. All right.
Oh.
Updates. Very.
Oh, it's Ash. Okay, we're not starting with Chris, so we're starting immediately with Ash. Oh my, okay, I love this, that he used this background to kind of make people think that there was a data center and there's not. I just love that. I just think that's so funny.
Important. All right. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Thank you for the panelists here. I wasn't listening before, but there are a few things to address. Number one, I appreciate you and I love you. And two, buckle up for the greatest shape of your life. Period. We've got it. And game on. Now we can talk about the mechanics. Registration challenge for those who get an invalid registration. Piece of cake. Okay? Let's take it from a couple of areas. Number one, there's some people who register and then when they try to log in, it says invalid email, correct? Okay. It means it didn't take that registration. Simple reason. One, they put a sign or a plus sign in the country for the phone number. So now we just we're adding by give us a few more hours under work. When you put a sign, it will tell you only numbers are allowed in the phone field on the registration. Problem solved. That's what we do. Okay. Number two, if somebody has their first name is B or J or K or just a one letter alphabetical character, so far we have a minimum restriction of 3 letters. In less than 12 hours, we will not have that restriction. We're going to allow you even put one number. If your name is J, your name is J. All right, C is C, whatever it is. Okay. So, country code, you don't need to add that in. And if you have registered and it didn't take you, all you have to do is register again. You no longer have to wait for the email verification. Not necessary. We have developed technology where it's all built in. We call it zero bounce, no bounce in email. Okay, so what we do is automatically, instantly, in a fraction of a second. All right, got a lot of topics for your tech people, Lynn Nakamoto. Okay, what happened is we do the verification as they type. It does ping that email address called the ping. Okay, it sends. Okay, if it's available, if it's real, then it would accept it. If it allows you to register, that registration is taken, all you have to do is log in. Don't wait for the link. So we cut the process, made it more automated, more, technological driven, semi-AI because of, the data connectivity. So it recalls. If that data is available on the web, then you don't have to repeat it, all right? You don't need to verify it by email. So that's a step easier. So I know you're going to say, I wish we had that from before. Well, I wish we had more complications for the founders previously and a bigger price to have a more qualified crowd. So don't regret that. It is now time because we're moving forward. We're not looking backward. And naturally, we get better. Why? Because we're intelligent. And I'm not saying Ash, okay? I'm talking ONPASSIVE, including you. NDA. We are finishing the new systematic tool by tomorrow, end of day tomorrow, meaning on the 1st of June, any unacceptable, invalid, rejected signature in your non-disclosure agreement will receive an email saying you would have to log in and re-sign, or by the time you log in next time, it's going to prompt that NDA so you can sign again. Okay, so as of now, we did not send it because we were developing a new system that will take care and screen all those unacceptable.
And isn't that odd how there needed to be a new NDA? I don't think I've ever heard about that. Like, just, we have a new NDA now. You got to sign it. I know you signed one to begin with, but hey, we got another one. It gives me the ick. But then again, look what we're talking about here.
Accepted signatures, all right? If you don't receive it, if you log in and
Yes,
you go to your dashboard regularly, normally, that means you're good. Don't worry, okay? So don't wait for it. I hope you're checking your email. So that's for the NDA, all right? And I need to clarify we capture the date of your signature on the NDA. Okay? What does it mean? Just for compliance. We will know, and we keep a record of when you sign that. And we're keeping the unaccepted copy. That's why we have to do the system. Not just we remove it and you sign up again. Somebody would come later, 5 years from now, and say that was not my signature or this or that. We got a record, okay? We have a record. When was it initially signed? The date and the copy of that signature, we keep it. And the second time now, okay, this month, June, the coming 30 days would say, will be the new date. Does it affect your position, the balance in your bank account, the size or the food in your refrigerator, your waste? Has no effect whatsoever on you, okay? It is simply for records, all right? So sleep better, breathe. Okay, let me take a look at my notes on the screen today. And we'll move on to the next topic. Okay, duplicates. Remember we had last week, I believe, we had a couple of days, or yeah, the 21st, the 20th, the 21st and 2nd, 3 days we had some glitch on the registration. People were not getting an immediate confirmation due to delay from the merchant and Visa, so a lot of people are using the same card. So we can confirm as of today, it happened before, but this is a chance where we're getting connected. Everybody was confirmed 100%, but nobody paid to our knowledge, all right? That is not confirmed. So if you have paid, okay, and you don't have access, you're welcome to raise a ticket. How do you raise a ticket if you're unable to log in? Can somebody address that? You don't have access to the back office. Go ahead, Red. Yeah, please.
Yeah, you can send an email to support@ofounders.net or onpassive.com. Either of those two will work.
Exactly, and the sponsor can email on your behalf as well, or anybody that invited you or associated with you. So if you have access, then you're good. That means it's been confirmed and no problem. The other part, a lot of people kept clicking in, pay. So they sent multiple payments. Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I do want to show you guys something really quick. Let's see. Dang it. Gotta move that over here. Okay. Can you guys see this? Let me get the other screen, move it back over here. This is the same image that is being used by Ash as his background, which was taken from a website in 2010. Just thought I would point that out for you guys, that again, it's not something that was original that he used. It was actually taken. I just thought that was funny. So there you have it. And we will go back to the actual thing that we were watching. And let me bring this back over here. My Yeti over here is like right in my way, and it's like hard for me to see stuff as I'm switching back and forth between things. Okay.
Every duplicates, we call them duplicate payments, has been returned. We kept only one to activate the account. If you still see more than one payment of any time, not like yesterday or last month, the last, I would say years and months, if you paid more than once for one account, let us know, and we will work out with you the reimbursement, okay? I also talked to you about our internal goal of finishing and clearing out the refunds by the end of the month. Everybody that we know and we have a method to pay them back been cleared out. We literally have a few tiny batch today, literally like a hand count, okay? So that obviously by tomorrow will be clear. So hopefully we still have a few pending, okay? Those who don't have, a method, we will continue trying to reach them until we reach a point where we will say, you know what, we're trying to get you your $97 back and keep all the value that you received so far, but we accepted your divorce and we are going to move on without you, so your account will be adios. Okay, but we are, trying to get your money back. We don't want to do it. We don't want to close your account before we return the fees. Okay, so help us help you. These are the logistics. One more tiny note worth to say. On the last Arabic webinar I was attending, we also mentioned this on the last ONPASSIVE 360 on Wednesday. I believe it was last Tuesday, the 25th. There was a very kind lady was voicing her frustration, and sadness in a way about the end of co-founders without bringing more people, and just due to it was a different scenario mostly, and often we hear that somebody didn't want to come because they don't believe, they're lazy, they didn't take the time to look, or they don't understand the value, they didn't do their due diligence for various reasons. But I haven't heard the reason behind somebody not joining ONPASSIVE is due.
It's very interesting to hear him talk about people not doing their due diligence, considering now how they tell people don't listen to anything unless it comes out of Ash's mouth or in the back office. So they're discouraging people from actually doing due diligence of looking at any kind of opposing views, such as, the case with the SEC or anything, such as actual receipts to what's going on with all of that. They want to keep it very, very tight within their group and control that narrative. They don't want people looking past what the group says. We are the owners of the secret knowledge, and you can't trust anyone else. You only can trust us. And that's a bunch of horse hockey.
Affordability, due to affordability, and that's why we made it insanely affordable. But for the first time, even $97 was apparently a challenge for a handful of people. I think the number is 10. And we told that kind lady, don't worry, ONPASSIVE will take care of those. Send them, okay, over. We will take care of them, and we will pay for them. The reason I'm bringing this up to you so we can just make sure we deliver the promise that was disclosed publicly. I consulted with engineer Muhammad Kamal on the same session that this is what we looked live on the event. From that country, Yemen, apparently there are more people, more than 10, who have registered, but they didn't pay, meaning pending founders, okay? And we figured that they don't have a problem. The issue is not about belief, okay? They do believe in ONPASSIVE. The issue is not about skepticism. The issue is not about the desire, okay? They really want it. They're very eager to have their hands on ONPASSIVE. The issue is affordability. So we looked out, the number was 1162. That's 1,162 pending from that country. And I thought there might be a few of them who are bogus emails, and a few of them would be they didn't confirm, or a bunch of them, not a few, okay, as usual, not verified email address. But we checked with our team, apparently all of them verified. Wow, so are really good registrations, okay, made it pricier on us. But Muhammad Kamal and I agreed to pay from the company from Dubai for those 1,162 plus the 10, all right? And we said up until now, if you go register, we will not, from that date, and now it's been 5 days, obviously, last Tuesday, a little bit more, 6 days, okay? So until that date, we will honor all those registrations, and the company will pay for that portion, so that country will have 0 pending accounts. It will have all 100% confirmed. Okay, so spoke with the tech teams and departments, and now we're faced with a couple of things, okay? Things are always easier said than done. Number one, what invoice do we issue for them? What payment method? And 2, I have to show an evidence that they've been paid for tax and financial reasons, obviously. So we another task for the team, just like the NDA. We had to create a system where there is a new category and it's only exclusive, being used once, called gift. You know how we have different payment method, so this would be labeled as gift. So we designed a new invoice for them, so they would have an invoice showing, dollar paid, zero, and a gift and all of that. So it shows that, but ultimately the company is able to show that it paid for this money and all of that. But of course, people are always going to try. So I do the math. As of now, we have 1,288, 1,288. Do the math, okay? How many? I think roughly 120, okay? 120 have registered. Okay, so 1,288 minus 1,162, 126 to be exact, that have registered after we said don't register. It's not going to be. So I take it, are those bad people, bad intention, or they want ONPASSIVE, but they're going to try to get a break? So I'm going to go with love, okay, always, instead of doubt, okay? So, hey, you paid 1,200, but another 120, another 10%. So as of today, the system is done and all of that, so they will wake up tomorrow and they would be able to log in. Of course, I would hand the list with data to Mr. Peter Sroor and Engineer Muhammad Kamal, so they can communicate accordingly, and with the leader, so just in case, so everybody would be able to log in and enjoy their gifted account from the company. This is the first time that we do this, and this is the last time that we do this. And obviously, the reason behind it is given a good hand, an honest hand, to such a country that is devastated in deep financial crisis due to other crises, political and wars and all of that, and poor economy and all of it. We decided we're going to give them a good hand, okay, as we do always in ONPASSIVE, and we don't want them to be left behind. They really wanted to be in ONPASSIVE, and I felt and I believed they just have that hand shorted and tight in money. So this is hopefully going to give them a good boost in the future, and I would assume at least several hundreds of families or lives could be somewhat touched and impacted positively because of that gesture of the company. And we also know that they're not going to get this chance again for this break from ONPASSIVE or others. So let's do it while it lasts. And it is definitely something that we are proud to do that. Now, please, if your intention, you're going to have a pending account and let's see, we're going to do that. It's not a charity. It's a different situation, okay? If we have decided this way, okay, we could attract trillions, I don't want to say trillions, but hundreds of millions of people would come in for free, but that is not the type of people we're looking for. If they don't have the ability to pay that, this is a qualification requirement, so we need it. Okay, Neeraj and Gurminder, Indian event.
A qualification requirement? What are you qualifying them for, Ash? Because people haven't gotten anything. I mean, this is 2 years ago, you saying this. What have people received other than a bazillion webinars to go to and a lot of disappointment because they're still not making an income and there's no processor. And whenever you get one, you can't keep it. And you would think that people would start noticing that you can't seem to keep a processor. Why is that? It's a little bit, and I'm going to say a lot, not just a little bit unusual, a lot. It's very unusual. The fact that you keep not being able to keep a processor and the type of processors that you are associating with are not of the best quality. It's a bit odd. And other companies who are players in this game in the AI world, they would not be associated with ones that you have attempted to align with?
Okay. Now, we know that on Wednesday, the ONPASSIVE 360 going to announce live and publicly the exact date that we will have the ability to register any new founder. Okay, so that's, I would say, less than 48 hours from now. Okay, 46, yeah, 46 or 45, okay, depending on the timing. So when that happens, okay, it is not going to be months. We already have the parameters. Okay, so it doesn't take a mathematician to calculate what that day could be. All right, we would have a range. It's between Wednesday and the 23rd. Go figure. Okay, now, but they will tell you why, because we want it to be public, and why, because we want you to also try to pay attention to these leaders that are working so hard, nonstop, around the clock, to break it down for you, as well as many others. But this is one of the platforms that is, obviously they put the effort, the time, and commitment. I mean, they never fail. Okay. So because of that, I thought it would be the right place and time to announce that the end of ONPASSIVE founding positions. Okay. So the next time, do you think we would have the ability to register as founders for the real price, which is thousands? No, never. Not for $1 million. All right, not for $1 million. There would not be a new registration after that. So those are coming to an end now. Meaning, Neeraj, Gurusminder, and all the Indian leaders, if you want to discuss and let us know, do you want to do the events after the expiration of the founding position or before?
Yes, of course. I think before expiration.
So you want to catch it? Okay, got it. All right, we'll do it. So obviously, within the next couple of weeks, we have to make the arrangement, and the time is good now. Okay, so it will be sometime in June. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. All right. So this is happening, and obviously, shortly we're going to resume. Not only resume, we're going to expand our compounded marketing in the United Arab Emirates, specifically in Dubai, and there's also some potential plans in the USA and India, as you see, and so forth. All right. Like I said, game on. So there will be more activities, and if you care, if you like the game of ONPASSIVE, you gotta be available. Tune in. If you blink, you're gonna come confused and lost and lose the joy. Okay. I would stop here. I just have to tell you, it feels very awkward without Susie McRae here. It literally feels like you are trying to go from Sudan to Libya in the desert without a GPS, not enough water supply. You're going to be lost.
We got
and
Chris.
Potentially die.
We got Chris.
Yeah.
Come on.
Put lipstick on. I've got to put lipstick on for you.
Okay. We love both, obviously, of course, and we want to have Chris always, not just today. There are people who don't have any hate, and they come to my mind. Like, I would not imagine they have any hate. Yeah, you say you can fight or defeat hate with love. There's some people, they only have love. Chris, Susie, Marty DeGarmo, Peter, Julie, all of them, Robin, they only have love. I wouldn't imagine Neeraj would have any issue with anyone. Lynn Nakamoto. There's some names I cannot picture them exhibiting hate. All they have is love. So I'm not saying that, yeah, love can beat hate, but for the sake of experiment, I know there are some people probably hate you, but just try it. Try to stop hating them, okay, if you do. And I'm saying this to anyone, so general advice. Try for some time to only love them. I'm not saying that they're going to start loving you back instantly. Because there's some idiots, but don't allow your heart to hate. So just love back, okay, and stick with it. I know eventually it will be noticed, and the world and others will know who is the jackass. Okay, so so stick. Don't compromise your values, and even if you are faced with some idiots, and just, I believe love is more powerful. So if we're gonna guess, wild guess, what is more like volume wise? Put love in a container and hate in a container in this planet. I firmly believe that love is bigger and more powerful. And the reason that we are still alive, we still breathe, and we still, you know, the sun still comes up and everything is fine. Yeah, there's some. So if we overflow them with love, eventually we can take over. So I do believe, that's why I said there's some people, it just hit my mind. I don't know why I did not talk about that. But I was just, there's some people I would never imagine any harm to anyone from them. I guarantee, like I trust myself. Okay, so can you imagine Mr. Michael Williams like having a fight with anybody, or even he would try to make, you know, to look, no, I don't think so. He would always have love, guaranteed. That's why we're proud of our founders and leaders. So the reason I talked about Susie McRae, because it's time for me to get a sip of any liquid, and then I'll come back for a final topic or two. Take it away, anyone.
Okay, go take a little breaky. We got like 3 more people. You go guzzle some good stuff for your throat. We got a lot of people going through the flu right now, and we got a couple people on the panel, if you don't mind. Patricia Parent, my beautiful Pat, my beautiful sister. If you want to mute yourself real quick, I'm sure Ash would love to hear you. I know that.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Ash. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. We had our Saskatchewan meet and greet yesterday, and there was 5 of us. But you know what? When you're small and mighty, you'll keep going. And like I said to them, it's knock, knock, knock. We're going to be the hunted. They'll come hunting for us. But my question is, because we had a discussion about it, as a founder, and we go to becoming customers when we pay our subscription, will ONPASSIVE market customers, or do they have to be resellers to be marketed? I wanted clarification because we were discussing it and we weren't 100% sure. Red?
Who wants that one?
As far as I know, Pat, the resellers will be marketed for them as well, because we will be marketer as well. As a founders, we're going to be marketer. So there will be campaign for them as well. Now the customers, Mr. Ash at least have not mentioned at that point, unless they are buying traffic for their business, then that would be their traffic. But so we don't know all the details yet for customers. We'll take it one step at a time at this time. And if any of the leaders want to add on to that.
Because we, as founders, when we go as customers and resellers, that's our business. So the way I understood it, if we're only a customer, how is the company going to market us? So I'm just...
Pat, very simple. Like Peter said, that's, you know, the customers, unless they buy traffic or indicate, okay, there will be a few boxes, you know, how like, you know, terms of agreement, NDAs, or there will be a few boxes or documents we would have to check before and make sure that we read them in any language before we proceed and become resellers, okay? So one of them, okay, if you don't agree, we will not voluntarily just send traffic to you. So it's a part of the agreement. It's by agreement only. And the beauty is all of those additions and values, whether traffic or certain, you know, events or marketing activities, it's on and on and on, including commissions and all of that. They're by agreement, they are free. You just have to read and agree. But we don't just start like somebody joins and we lose it for them and they're not interested, because there might be companies they're not looking for a specific area of our products and services.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
figured as a founder, you go.
But they are commissionable. They are commissionable. That's important.
Okay.
To know.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So any sale is made. So typically, that's why we're not a network marketing company. That's why we're not MLM, because whereas there's a sales, there's volume, there's revenue, we share that with the qualified resellers.
Okay, I just need to clarify. So as a customer, they're still able to get commissions, and if they end up selling to someone? No?
No, that's a distinguished difference
That's what I
between a
wanted.
customer and a reseller. Reseller is an affiliate. Somebody, you know, say
Right.
yes for money. A customer, they just want the product. We will have many customers with not interested in. We don't know the ratio, but
And here's the thing, the only people who have purchased OConnect are people who are part of ONPASSIVE. So it's the ONPASSIVE founders who are the customers. Just like with any MLM, those who join are the customers. There is not a need in the market. You do not hear people talking about, I just can't wait to purchase OConnect. You do not hear people mentioning anything about it. It's only within the founders do you hear that. That's it. And then again, even if somebody, let's just, for some bizarre reason, they were willing to buy OConnect, they wouldn't be able to, because it goes back to the processor problem.
but there will be more than usual. People would come for the products, not necessarily the money. I'm talking more about businesses, because we have, yes.
Okay, I just needed clarification because it was brought up, and I thought I'm going to ask first. Thank you very much.
Yeah, keep in mind there's some people might have a position or a job included ONPASSIVE, so there would be a conflict of interest to profit from the business if they have revenue. At some point, our technology is going to be the usual, or the okay, so we're going to use them, but that would exclude the profit sharing.
The other thing that I had said to the ladies and the gentlemen that were there, I said, learning is earning, earning is learning. ONPASSIVE is earning and learning. So every day
Absolutely.
we learn something.
Indeed. Well, thank you, Pat. Always good to see you. Back to Chris.
Yes,
I
thank
can
you.
have my second sip.
All right, thank you, Trish. Always love to hear you. I actually have two more people on the screen. You want to let them go, and then we'll give you the rest of the show. Does that sound fair?
Chris, Michael Williams wants to say something.
Oh, Michael, I'm
absolutely.
sorry. Go ahead, Michael.
Come on in, Mike.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on to what was just said. Right, just bear in mind for founders, all of us as founders, remember the first step is to become a customer, right? So all of us as founders, we become customers by purchasing the product package, right? And then we have to elect, right? As Ash was saying about the box, even we as founders, we still have to elect to become a reseller. The company doesn't automatically make us resellers. We still have to check that box and become a reseller, okay? That's it.
No, it's a good point. Thank you, Michael. Actually, that brings another topic about the KYC. We had a few.
Oh, the KYC, that still doesn't exist. And kind of doing a retroactive KYC is a bit odd and unusual, because that's not how these things are actually, it's not the protocol.
Few discussions lately on this. Ask me. I have zero interest of knowing anyone or collecting data. Where do you live and what's your...
And yet their data, founders' data, is available online. So you had to have collected it for someone to have gotten it and to put it on the site where I found it. So you do collect data. You just don't disclose that's what you're doing.
Your favorite color and your high school and where did you meet your spouse and where did you go to your honeymoon? You know, those security annoying questions. Okay, it's me, leave me alone. Okay, but I never wanted to collect more data than just like a smart button and you're in. And but apparently the lawyers always have their annoying way of managing things. Okay, I'm talking about our lawyers. They have requested we need to, on the next phase, we would have to collect the KYC. I did not agree yet it's not like I agreed for the discussion, but we would have to have somewhat an easier way, not the typical. Okay. So a part of that, they want to validate, like they want to have a valid address that matches your identity. Okay, got to have a billing address. Okay, and that's what they say, not what I agreed to. Okay, we haven't concluded that, but I'm just hinting to you that because what does that mean moving forward? So compliance and legal want us to have a mailing address, billing address. I'm going to give you an example. If somebody violates, they want to serve court order to them, maybe lawsuit, or that they need an address, not an email. All right, so that's just one of the things. The other thing is they're asking to limit and have a valid phone number and to limit the many registrations to, it's not a bad number, but like 10 accounts that are linked to the same number, then another, and validate that number, like have a text or something. Okay, we haven't concluded that. I will always come up with the easiest possible way that will balance between laws, company requirements, protection, the ease of using our platform and the ability to come in and quickly. So we will see. But I'm just telling you, it's important to know that let's have the most proper data, and moving forward to the next phase and all that, everything would have documents, whether converting to customer to resellers, affiliates. Okay, perhaps like Michael said, you come in automatically, you are already a founding member, that's your position. The second one, you are a free user, a guest to ONPASSIVE. Okay, so you have that entrance to the main shop, to the big mall of ONPASSIVE already in, you have access, single sign-on. Then you will be first invited to become the first customers of ONPASSIVE. So now you are a founder, and automatically, with your permission, once you activate your account, you become a founder and a customer. All right, you might be a founder and a guest, meaning you don't pay. Obviously, you don't have access to the full eco. Plus, you don't have, you've got to be a customer in order to become a reseller. That you have to be in it, doing it. Okay, so we'll get more in depth as we go. Obviously, we have nothing to do after the founders. We're just going to focus on some new stuff. So we will have plenty of time and to focus and communicate all of these vital points.
Very good.
Who's the second one?
Charles Martin. Charles, you want to unmute yourself, please?
Before Charles comes on, Ash, I want to ask you about that sexy bank of servers behind you.
So, okay. Yeah, Charles is able to talk now. Go ahead, hit it.
Charles,
Right.
go ahead, Charles. Right, I thought they were donuts. Where you put the donuts, that's what I thought they were.
Thought you were in a bakery, did you, Chris?
Yeah. All right, yes. Let's go on. How about yoga book? Yoga book. We'll come back to you, Charles. Yoga, you want to unmute yourself, please?
Hello.
Hello. You have
So is
question?
that a real name? Like we already talked about
I'm
logistics.
sorry, it's an accident. I'm not very savvy with this system. I'm just
What's your
learning.
name, sir? What's your name, sir?
My name is Lowell Jones.
Lowell?
Yeah.
And where are you from?
And I accidentally got online, which I'm glad to do. I have a problem with my account, so I would like to speak to somebody about it.
Sure, absolutely. Who is your connection to ONPASSIVE?
I was invited to ONPASSIVE in 2019 and 2019.
By whom?
By a family member.
Are you able to log in?
That's the problem. I cannot seem to.
Yeah, like Chris, Red said, you can raise a ticket. Just send an email to support@ofounders.net. You can send it right now. Explain to them with details, with the proper name, email address, what exactly you want them to get done. They will take good care of you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lowell.
All right, Charles, you got one more shot, buddy. You there? Mr. Charles.
Time to move on, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead, Ash. It's all yours, brother.
Thank you. So I think two more things I want to talk about, data centers and ONPASSIVE launch. I don't know if they are important to you, then we can pick one. If none, I'm out of here. About both. Choose one. That was not an option. None? Okay. See you.
Everyone's going to kill me now.
Michael, I have the delete button, you know.
Two.
I have the delete button.
Speaking of Chris Johnson, tomorrow, I don't know, at night, not tomorrow, okay, 24 hours, 12 hours or less, I do have a live demo for Bless.
Ooh, all right, that's what I'm talking about, boss. Where are you going to put that at, Ash? Are you going to put that in the back office?
No, I do have a live demo. I look at it, I like it, I say next stage, okay, which is we release it to you.
Beautiful.
It never happened. Annoying, okay, so I would always have like a million notes. So we will see how close we are, and then there would be another sprint, 2 weeks. You know, they get done. If it's a short list, they will be done like within a sprint or two. But the basic, what the first release means is the basic requirements are done. They already passed the QA, the quality assurance team, and the testers, and you know, our alpha testing that has passed. Now they'll show it to me, the person who would see this. Yeah, this is my vision, or there are a few things to adjust or to add, to remove. And based on that, we will take it to the next level. So creating technology is not as easy as it sounds like. You go to a website, it's already, there's a lot of work that goes to make it functional and accurate and protected, and especially with the scope of ONPASSIVE integrated with a million other elements, et cetera, and permission. And so yeah, it is a lot of brain to be shed on it. So, Bless, that was in replacement for the data center.
Live with that. I can live with that. Thank you.
I have to play with somebody. Susie's not here. I have to play. I have to have fun. I wouldn't say the F word like her, you know. Data center this time, next Monday, this time, guaranteed, we will have the first data center live. In fact, it's under testing now, so it's a matter.
What happened to it? You don't have a data center. You're still using AWS. So again, something that you said was going to happen, never did. Still. But boy, you're a bunch of talk. Lots of talk, but the follow through, that's the part that, you know, not really good. I mean, I don't know if anybody here has seen the Seinfeld where Jerry's like, anyone can take a reservation when he's to get a car from the airport. It's really funny. So that just comes to my mind. It's like anybody can talk about a data center, but it's, you know, it's the building of the data center, which has not happened.
Everything looks good, connected. So that would be the first day of the first data center going live. Getting hot. And we stabilize it, we scale it. So the first thing is we add development and the production types of work, okay? Development is where the internal work, where we code, where we have the different modules, the sketches, etc., the database, all of that is not live on the World Wide Web. So the first thing, we will start migrating our entire development completely. Guys, all right, you've got a lot of work with Lynn and Ron. So so the first phase will be, we will migrate all the development work, which is a lot, not 1 or 2 products, okay, to our own data center. That means a big slash from AWS billing. 2, we will start adding 1 product at a time to our data center and increase the servers, increase the racks, the capacity. Stabilize, scale, stabilize, scale. So if we say it, it's done. If we tell you it's a done deal, it's a done deal. Meanwhile, we will be working on the second larger, much larger data center. This will flip your mind. The next statement I'm going to make for the first time in network connection, data center, not only we will be having a great reliance on AI for the first time. For the first time ever, we have laser technology included in our internet connectivity. Yes. If you understand what it is, it will make you cry. Like I'm doing now, I'm holding myself. Again, you no longer have to wait for the email verification.
Did I just go back? Looked like I just went back. About here. Okay.
This option, even they have it, but the other elements of Academy, it's not about just the platform, it's about the integration of
Where was I? Because
other
I went way back.
systems, technologies, products, and the financial, connection with it. So all in. It's very simple. ONPASSIVE, there's a pre-launch period. When we close the founders, that means no one is after that. The next payment dealing with ONPASSIVE not as like a company that is going to give me or a program that I'm going to test.
Does anybody know, hey, chat, where it was at in the minutes here? Because I don't know, like went back to the beginning and I just said, just move my mouse. Well, it's my finger. He is in his mom's basement. Not sure if I'm getting it right.
No, just not happy, just walk away. And if you want to save the planet and by advising them, talk to Mr. Marty DeCarmo. So he has a better way for you. But I think it's time for gratitude and definitely be mentally prepared. What can we do and utilize? Like, for example, the evolution of OBLES, Academy, of course, the financial impact of ONPASSIVE. And let's start dealing with ONPASSIVE not as like a company that is going to give me or a program that I'm going to test and see, but more like this is my family, this is my partner, and let's see what I can do, contribute, okay, at least brainstorm, give us input, okay, so we can grow, we can go to the next collectively. I don't want to be as a teacher in a traditional classroom telling you do this, do that, you have homework, all that. I'm just inviting you to start dealing with this as a partner, true partner, operate from trust and love and with good gratitude, so we can take it to the next level collectively. We can bring this up like a very good topic, Chris. I appreciate. I mean, he wouldn't think of that unless he's thinking in the same line, like what can I do now, okay, and make it clear to everyone else. So webinars are needed. We have to communicate. We have to cast the vision moving forward. We have to train people on the how to. We have to constantly clarify the do's and don'ts. Okay, so I feel only we're going to have more webinars and more sessions. But the best part would be this came to my mind. Okay, again, Susie would be needed for the topic. I was envisioning. When I was dancing in my shower today, I was envisioning it's time for us to make sure we have some moves for.
Did he actually say dancing in his shower? That's very odd to say when I was dancing in my shower, even to mention that he was showering. I mean, all of that is very odd. Okay, I just got that. It was around 49. Okay, so we're going to go back a little bit to make sure I didn't miss anything. You might rehear some of this, but I just got a message from one of my helpers. Thank you so much.
Increase the servers, increase the racks, the capacity, stabilize, scale, stabilize, scale. So if we say it, it's done. If we tell you it's a done deal, it's a done deal. Meanwhile, we will be working on the second larger, much larger data center. This will flip your mind. The next statement I'm going to make for the first time in network connection, data center, not only we will be having a great reliance on AI for the first time. For the first time ever, we have laser technology included in our internet connectivity. Yes. If you understand what it is, it will make you cry. Like I'm doing now, I'm holding myself. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to develop it. You don't have to pay for it. I'm just telling you, if you feel it, if you feel our confidence, and when we say done deal, and sometimes a little arrogant, it's just beyond pride. I'm just giving you reasons to understand why. We're crazy and ugly. Okay, so data center, check. Move on. OBLS, on the table, being checked. It's good. We go to the next one. Remember, we've been seeing and talking about a few. We've added a few on our website that we haven't talked much about them. I hope in the coming days, especially after the closure of the founding position, we will be talking about the products, product launches and all of that. So
after the closing of the founder positions on June 22nd of 2022, there were other talks about products, but nothing happened until after the SEC filed a claim against Ash, ONPASSIVE, and Ash's wife as the relief defendant, which again is not a letter. And there is going to be another poll, which I would like you guys to answer. This is for people who are founders. How often do you host your own OConnect webinar? So please take a moment and answer that. And I'm going to need to get something. Chalupa's trying to get down from the bed, but I moved the stairs for him. So he can't get down. So I'm going to go and fix that so the little boy can get down.
we will be having, obviously, the internal release. Once everything is good, we will make them available to you as a beta testers. If everything checks, we add a third eye to them. Specifically, like Academy is looking good. We have more universities are looking at this option. Even they have it, but the other elements of Academy, it's not about just the
as
platform.
if universities are going to look at Academy. Get out. That one cracks me up, because universities already have stuff in place for distance learning.
Systems, technologies, products, and the financial, connection with it. So all in one place. So that's what they have, and the globality. Okay, so we are proud of a few individuals we've attracted. They're not short of PhD is just on the door, but beyond that, or doctor, in their education, but they're exceptionally powerful and intelligent and creative, and they have products and things like that. So, like I said, smart people are flocking to ONPASSIVE. There's an obvious reason.
Mr. Ash, I have a question for you. So, in the process, I know what you just said, and I heard what you said, but I have another question to it. In the process of what we've been doing for the last 3.5 years, basically the last year and a half as far as webinars, and we have multiple webinars all over the world every single day. And I'm asking you this personally. I kind of know what myself and our personal team wants to do. Can you give some advice or some information to all the people that are holding webinars on what you would like to see going forward? I know you said about products. Instead of doing the actual webinar itself to get people to join, we know we're going to be in a pause for that. Can you give us some really good information to talk to the people that are doing these webinars and what you would like to see, not just about products, but what would you like for us to talk about these products as far as what we know through ONPASSIVE.com? If that makes any sense to you.
Oh, this is powerful. It sounds much easier when you say it, but the truth is, the depth of it is a very good topic. And I would, without preparation, I would address on the surface is like previously we used to, what is required from a founder, like coming in, okay? But now that door is closed, you are in. So coming in, positive, good thinker, big dreamer, okay? Hopefully, function from a love, motivation. So now that you are in, keep those are compounded. It's not like, not going to become otherwise, but now it's time to show gratitude to this incredible, mind-boggling opportunity that guaranteed will not happen twice in life. Not for you, for humanity. It will not happen twice. If you know the other 99%, well, not 90%, let's say, I'm just giving you a compliment, 10%, being sweet. So just, it's time to build on that. And I think we're beyond the trust factor. It should be just a thing of from skepticism and all that. We don't have the reason. Okay, and still, anybody want to walk away anytime, no problem. So rationally, there's no reason to panic or fear. We're not, holding anyone's kidney in the bank, in the organ banks. Just not happy. Just walk away. And if you want to save the planet and by advising them, talk to Mr. Marty DeGarmo. So he has a better way for you. But I think it's.
So that kind of sounds like when he said that you can always get a refund, like as in actual currency, not this fake currency of Ocoin. You can always get a refund and walk away. And then he changed his mind because that never happened. Because when people do want to walk away, I've heard too many times when people were never able to get a refund.
It's time for gratitude, and definitely be mentally prepared. What can we do and utilize? Like, for example, the evolution of OBLES Academy, of course, the financial impact of ONPASSIVE, and let's start dealing with ONPASSIVE not as like a company that is going to give me or a program that I'm going to test and see, but more like this is my family, this is my partner, and let's see what I can do, contribute, okay, at least brainstorm, give us input, okay, so we can grow, we can go to the next collectively. I don't want to be as a teacher in a traditional classroom telling you do this, do that, you have homework, all of that. I'm just inviting you to start dealing with this as a partner, true partner, you know, operate from trust and love and with good gratitude, so we can take it to the next level collectively. We can bring this up like a very good topic, Chris. I appreciate it. I mean, he wouldn't think of that unless he's thinking in the same line, like what can I do now, okay, and make it clear to everyone else. So webinars are needed. We have to communicate. We have to cast the vision moving forward. We have to train people on the how to. We have to constantly clarify the do's and don'ts. Okay, so I feel only we're going to have more webinars and more sessions. But the best part would be this came to my mind. Okay, again, Susie would be needed for the topic. I was envisioning. When I was dancing in my shower today, I was envisioning it's time for us to make sure we have some moves for the celebrations to come. And obviously, she got some hula hoop moves. And you know, now I know some dirty minds are thinking, Ash, why are you in the shower? And thinking of Susie McRae. I wasn't. Okay, so oh, she's missing the fun. Okay.
An ONPASSIVE Hey Macarena.
So final topic, the least important, ONPASSIVE launch, all right?
Ash, sorry, before going far with launch, I know we want to hear about that topic.
I am just confident in the Indian founders. You don't have to talk to them about dancing. You just have to slow them down, yeah. So you don't have to tell me that you're ready, and yeah, they love dance, yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's it. Yeah, so you talked about laser internet connectivity, Ash, just now. So can you just elaborate, because I know that is like eliminating of wires.
Absolutely. And everything. You know? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say wireless.
So can you please elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. $5,000 for every minute.
Absolutely, we will give it.
50% down. I will talk about it for 5 hours.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic, actually. I know it will revolutionize everything.
I don't know. Okay, so sometimes we have to hold ourselves not giving too much. Okay, remember, we're talking like, sure, you know, to the whole world right now, right, Bisminder? Because yeah, if we're having a personal conversation, it's different than, you know, talking to the open internet. Okay, yeah. But I'm somewhat depressed that I was going to talk about the launching of ONPASSIVE, and then you open the topic like a technical topic.
No, we want to hear about.
I will heal. Like, I will heal. I will go to Vancouver and get a therapist.
Okay.
Okay. No, that shows your care, and I love and I respect when somebody cares about the technology, not just like money and launch and the, you know, the fruit. Okay. So when we close founders, it's very simple. ONPASSIVE, there's a pre-launch period. When we close the founders, that means no one is, after that, the next payment is not going to be for founding position. It will be for selling technologies, and the founders slash resellers are getting paid. That's all I want to say. What do you call it?
OMG.
What about, okay, oh, so which price package? Forget that. We have a different level now the scope of the technology, the different branches, the licenses, all of that. Okay, what you don't know, we see the view from a much broader dimension. We ask you to trust our judgment. So let go, empty your cup, let go of anything you know. Don't mix things up. Just give us the benefit of the doubt that we know the way. We're going to lead you to places you've never been to. Okay, and we wouldn't tell you unless we have been there, and we know, and we have the plan, we have what it takes to get there. Okay, so again, you're not entitled for anything to be blunt. Okay, it's only our love, and we just want to share it with you and humanity. So it is not a typical business. You cannot reference, you cannot compare to anything else. You follow me? And we don't need to be stubborn about something was said 3-4 years ago, and for the sake of just sticking to that, it doesn't mean you cannot have a better one. Okay, it's not even an amendment. Okay, so a lot of people say, amendment, and am I right and all that. You can, it's called an amendment. You can change it. Yes, you can, for the betterment. So why should we be restrained to something we said if we have a higher level of scalability? Okay, so data center, check. OBLES products, check. Staff, check. Vision, business model.
There is no OBLES yet. Is this still like in the time period when Chris was having all those OBLES meetings, webinars, and they were dreaming about all the different things that they were going to do to be able to help the world? I'm thinking it was. But it's almost like he's saying all of these things are in place, and yet none of them were, because they don't exist now, 2 years after the fact. But at the time, definitely getting people psyched up of like, look, all of this is a done deal. Because I say so, and I'm saying, check, yep, that's done, yep. And then it hasn't. And I find that disturbing. And it outrages me for founders who keep believing everything that comes out of his mouth.
Check. People with heart, founders, check. Done. Pre-launch, check. Launch, check. Physical products, check. Cute people, check. What else you can ask for? It's all under control, and that's what I said in the very beginning. It's a beautiful position to be in, and we are thrilled where we are. We just take it in. Don't rush to the next one. Take in what we have now, because it's not going to last. Okay, and allow it to happen. Don't resist, because whatever comes, accept it as it's the perfect scenario. If you're going to have, hear me out. Okay, allow me to help you be happier with, not just with ONPASSIVE. If you have a vision about something, okay, you envision something, and it happened differently. Can I tell you something? It will always happen that way. And if you're only going to happen when it exactly happens as you envision it, never going to be happy or satisfied or fulfilled. Why? Because reality is different than imagination. That's one. Two, you may not necessarily understand exactly what it was proposed. Or you might have a good idea, decent idea, but it's not exactly. Not only that, there's so many variables. There's some information is intentionally kept away from you. Speaking of ONPASSIVE now. So that's one thing. You have not seen this before, okay? You cannot have a perfect clarity of what it is. So no matter what comes up, you're going to see it different from what you had in your mind. For that, don't take it as a disappointment. From now, I'm telling you, prepare your mind, and it's a better thing. It's a better thing than what you have in mind. Because what you have in mind, it doesn't mean if it's otherwise or something different, it doesn't mean it's wrong or bad or under or up. So from now, make a decision. This is the perfect business model. Regardless of the details and the mechanics, right now, make a decision, okay? Make it clear. I love this business. I love this journey. I trust it, and it's perfect. I don't want it to be any different way. If you just have that as a base, nothing else will be important or won't matter. Not the mechanics, not the details, not the how, not the when, not all of that. The bottom line, this is not only a rare opportunity, it's the only opportunity of this kind. So make a decision. This is perfect. This is all I want to do. This is what I want to live for. And no matter what it is, don't have expectations. Don't have, comparison and contrast this way, that way. Just whatever it is, accept it and cherish it. And I promise you, you will not get this again in your life. Not your grandkids. Never. Okay. You can take it away. That's all I had to say today. And I'm sure you have your...
I'm sorry, there was a question here. And I'm trying to pull it back up. And I'm so sorry. I'm probably going to say your name incorrectly. So I apologize for that. Nirag Mehta. And again, if I messed up on your name, I am so sorry. I'm not great with these names. I do apologize. But I find it very interesting that you're asking, how come it's taking so long? That's a great question. And it's one that I think all founders should be asking, why is it taking so long? Because it really is taking far more time than what it should. And one of the biggest problems is, from my observations, there is not a processor who is going to stick with them. And then you have to ask, well, why not? And I'm not going to tell you the answer to that because I want you to use your own critical thinking skills because I believe you have them. Why would a processor not want to work with a company? And it's not because everybody's so afraid of ONPASSIVE because it's taking over the world. I mean, think logically. If, do they see a problem with ONPASSIVE? And if they do, what would that be? And what could that problem be that would make them not want to do business with ONPASSIVE? And I will say that when companies are being investigated by the Securities Exchange Commission of the US, that in general is an enormous red flag. And companies are kind of a bit hesitant to want to get involved with anybody who has that going on. It's not a good look when the SEC is investigating you and has brought charges against your company. So that may be something that is associated with it. So you're asking myself and others within my community why. I really want you to think about it long and hard and maybe do some of your own research. And by research, I don't mean go to the ONPASSIVE blog and see what the blog says. Go to more ONPASSIVE webinars and see what they say. I want you to look beyond just what the ONPASSIVE bubble says. Look out there. Talk to people. Talk to people in your community that maybe don't know anything about ONPASSIVE, but maybe they run a business. Because that may take you somewhere to look at and ask more questions. Don't stop asking questions. Always ask questions. And if you're told not to ask questions, that should also be a red flag. If you're told only listen to people over here and don't listen to anything else, and only this information is valid, that should be something that should hit hard and make you go, why don't they want me to listen to anything else or seek any other information? Because there's always a reason as to why. And overall, it's not a good reason. It's a method of control. And I'll leave it at that. And you're welcome to come here anytime and watch and listen and keep an open mind. And I think somebody posted, yes, I posted my helper as me posted the link for you to the ONPASSIVE case so that you can get this yourself and look at it. Because this is not just a little letter. This is a very serious matter. And there's also something going on within India about ONPASSIVE as well. So I just want you to really go beyond the ONPASSIVE bubble and start looking beyond. Start really asking questions in your own head to us, to people who are not associated with ONPASSIVE. Because if you ask people in ONPASSIVE, they're all going to start parroting all of the things that Ash has said, that the leaders say. That's not new information. You need to get other information. And if it's stuff that you don't understand, come back, ask questions, and we'll help you as best that we can. So I hope that helped you some. And now back to what Ash was talking about 2 years ago. I think Chalupa wants some water.
Understanding, you have your unclarity and clarity. So that's why we are going to have a recap tomorrow with our stars, and we're going to have ONPASSIVE 360 after that, and Julia and Milo, and we're going to have Robin, and you're going to have Chris probably going to be back tomorrow, I guess. Oh bless. No, I'm not asking, just possibly, I'm guessing. And then you have Lynn and Ron, and you have the Tech Pros, and you have Kenya, and you have PNG, and you cannot miss it. And daily India is cooking. Okay, so you're not going to miss the information. You're not going to miss the information. So just plug in if it matters to you. But I understand if you have something more important, by all means, go and enjoy it. And make sure you invite us to that.
Hey, because Niraj is such a gentleman. He's got his hand up, and Niraj, please.
No, he's incredible.
Niraj.
Thank you, Ash, for all the updates, especially the laser technology. I did a quick Google search, and I know what you're talking about. So I understand you do not want to disclose it right now. And I just wanted to ask you about the products that are in our back office, which says coming soon. So if you would just give some idea about it. The first one is Doodle, Booking, Traffic, My Life, and Host. If you could share some, I know we don't want all the details, but maybe a fair idea about it. And also one question personally I had was the difference between O-commerce and O-mart. So I'm getting a bit confused in that.
So I'm going to ask you to choose one. I'll be happy to address it. We cannot talk about all of them, so we leave choose for another time. You choose one. I'll be happy to give you just a brief description of what it is. And to be kind, I will ask the ladies, whether Julie or Lynn, to choose a second one. I know that was hard for you, so we have two. Choose one. They will choose one.
So I want to know a difference between O-commerce and O-mart. I get a bit confused.
Okay, I have something to say about this before they go on. You know what would help so that people would actually understand what these things are? It's very simple. If there was a written description. But as usual, nothing is written down. And when things are not written down, guess what? People can't go back and reference it. There's a reason why Ash doesn't have things written down. Because then he can change the meaning of it each time he discusses it. Because there's not a reference point, in my opinion. Because why would you not have a description of what these things are? And why would you not be able to, like, just say, like, mouse over each product and have a little pop-up that describes what it is? And you go like, oh, okay. And I loved how Niraj was like, oh, I'm getting confused between these two things. It's like, well, no shit, because there's so many things that like sound very familiar and like each other, but because again, nothing is described, nothing is written down so that you can go and read it yourselves and familiarize yourself with what these things are going to be, because they're not in existence right now. They weren't in existence 2 years ago. And I highly doubt they'll ever be in existence, which is very sad for the people who believe that this is going to somehow magically resolve all of their woes and the woes of the world. And everything will just, like fairy dust, sprinkle it everywhere, and everything, poof, is resolved. Arya was asking about bonus. I don't know anything about how the bonus works because that is not written down. Again, this is not something that is nailed down where you can go and reference anything. Now, at some point, I think that they're way back, and I do have videos on it where bonuses were mentioned back when there was the Matrix and everything. But also remember, I mean, how many mathematicians was it that Ash said he hired to come up with the comp plan? And then you never heard about the comp plan that was developed. And in my opinion, that's because he never actually hired all these mathematicians. That was all smoke and mirrors and big time pretending to keep people engaged and to make people think, oh, look how special this is. Look what he's doing for us. He wasn't. It was all fake. It was pretend. He wanted you to think that he was. Because it doesn't take years to develop that. There's companies out there right now that you can go to and like, boom, they'll have a comp plan for you. They sell comp plans. They make their living putting together comp plans. So the fact that everything is so mysterious, so cloaked, so hidden, should be worrisome to you. I mean, Ash likes to pretend that he's so transparent, but what does he really say when he's like giving an update other than there's a bunch of words? I will tell you that, a whole bunch of words. But when you look at what he is saying, what do those words actually mean? What do you walk away with? Are you actually informed of anything? Do you feel like it's crystal clear? Because if you're going to sit here and tell me like, oh yeah, I totally understand. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out on that. Because I know I sit here going, I don't know what the hell the man just said. Because it doesn't make any sense at all. And it's not because he's so brilliant. It's because he intentionally speaks in a deceptive way. So let's go ahead and listen to Niraj.
And I'm sure
O-commerce is simply at the...
And I will have to say also, I really don't like how Ash was like, we can talk about one of them. When Niraj was like giving a list of several, why can't he address several? Why is Ash afraid to talk about several, that he will only talk about one, maybe two? He should be fine. Like, he actually knows all of these products and they're all being allegedly developed and stuff. He should be able to talk about each one left, right, center, just off the top of his head. 1 or 2 sentences, really quick. But he can't. He can't do that. And then you have to ask why. Why can he not do that?
The platform where it is like your own Amazon, okay? So it's digital product. I'm sure you have seen, oh God, JB Zoo, okay? Have you seen, what's the other one, the popular one?
Oh, gosh.
I haven't touched it for ages. I'm sorry?
ClickBank. ClickBank.
ClickBank. Yeah, I think
There
so.
you go. Yeah, ClickBank.
Okay.
I forgot the name. Yeah.
So, you know, it's like that, your own platform. So you can put digital products, and it's, you know, shopping carts. It's that easy. So you've got the design, the
Nice.
platform, the integration. That is e-commerce. So that's your own, right? But also on passive, the integration of it with that e-commerce, you're able to, let's say if you have an affiliate program with it, okay? Whether it's a book, it's a product, it's a software, it's anything, and you want to sell it, right? It's a software, and you want to resell it also, you know what, I'll give you 10% if you promote this for me. Now you make it available because it's integrated. That becomes another opportunity, whether for your team, your generations, and all of that. And, you know, if something is hot, obviously it's going to spread around on passive, which is a gigantic Catholic family. And don't take it disrespectfully. This is actually like known for unlimited fertility or breed. Okay.
Chris, you can do your singing lessons and sell it.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Omart is the open market for unpassive, okay, across, which is you have an opportunity. That is a winner, okay? So you add details about it. It will pass it on to everyone else, and it becomes searchable. It's like a directory. It's our own, talk to me, eBay. You know, it's all integrated where you have the ability to promote or own other individual products / opportunities, nonprofit or any of that. So it's a universal market. So you get to tap into the network of unpassive, beginning with your people. They like it, they pick it. What does it mean? Okay, their people, if they like it, you will be able. It's all like coded, so it can spread fairly across. So we're talking about multiple streams of income. Remember that talk? Like one of the essential pillars for wealth. You've got to have multiple incomes of streams of income. Okay, and that's one of them. So even the unpassive components, whether it's Academy, whether it's OConnect, you want to use that as a platform, whether the individual products, okay, whether the subscription of unpassive as a reseller, you market that, we give you a piece, okay, or whether, you know, the traffic, another service, another component, whether, you know, Omart, whether Bless, and I'm sorry, okay, no, I didn't mean Bless, Commerce, okay. Speaking of Bless, why I'm very rejectful to the fact of any fees and all that, even if it costs unpassive. And why Bless is not only revolutionary, is the first crowdfunding and you know, charitable organization that gets it right, the first ever. Go to church or any place of, you know, congregation or worship. It's a business. I'm sorry to break it up for you. It's a business, and the digital forms of crowdfundings as of now, it's a good business. It's only a $35 billion industry. How are they made? Fees, manipulation, they collect to do something, they deliver a portion of the
some of their CEOs make $1 million a year, just so you know.
That's been said. That's why I refuse to have any fees involved, even at the cost of unpassive, with the fees or with the currency or whatever it is. Okay, we will do that because it is called Bless. It is called charity or crowdfunding for the first time. Let's do it right and clean. Okay, so it should be 100% blessing and charity, right? So if somebody's like, you know, on GoFundMe and all that, why do we have to charge them? Why do we have to take a slice? They already have their house burned down, right? Or they want to raise for college or something. Well, they have a reason. You want to take a slice of that? Shame. So, Len or Julie, do you have an option that other than Omar and WooCommerce? And he intelligently got two. He said, "What's the difference between so and so?"
I would love for you to talk about Oh My Life, please.
Okay, so you don't have to tell us, but how old are you? Remember that. And if you're like me, as we grow, we start forgetting like crazy.
Okay, there's something that I want to share with you guys, but now I've got to find it. So give me a moment And I will do that so I can share with you. Oh, okay. It'll be in a moment.
Okay, as long as you remember where you live and you can get home every day, that's perfect. Okay, the other thing is memory in general, it declines. 1 second.
How old did you say you were, Julie? 62.
I don't know. I feel like 65 today.
Yeah. Marty, your bird needs to be fed, buddy. I got 2,000 people saying, "Well, somebody shut up that bird."
Yeah, so I apologize. I had to get the kids under control because I respect your time here. Okay, now, my life is, one thing is as we age, we start forgetting. Our memory naturally declines, right? The second thing, the second question, which you don't have to answer, but can you imagine if all the information you gathered throughout your life until now, you still remember it as it just happened now? So, and look at Google, okay? I'm just going to say that's a search engine of internet content, but that's for businesses, for public information, etc., education. Why not? Yeah. But what about you? Your life. And what about that privately and what's necessary, whatever you want to share, to be available to the right place, to the right people, all of that. Okay, it is a breakthrough. It is there's no product that is close to it or partially hinting, yeah. So please don't hurt me and tell me, oh yeah, I thought like that. No, please, okay? That will, be disrespectful. And I'm serious. Like, yeah, there's no product ever existed like this. Not partially, not even a slight. So, my life is a personal encyclopedia.
Okay, just a minute. This whole my life stuff. Goodness sakes. Okay, can you guys see this? And I'm going to move this over here so I can actually see it larger. 295 days since the commercial release of OConnect. 2,042 days since ONPASSIVE was officially incorporated. 815 days, if I can speak here, days since ONPASSIVE opened offices in the Burj Khalifa, and 580 days since ONPASSIVE officially launched during the World Cup of 2022. Thought you guys would find that interesting. Meanwhile, here we are. And how many products do we have out there? One. Are people earning money? Are people being paid? I don't think so.
That will preserve our memory and organize and retrieve data / information, and data in any form. It could be audios, videos, links, anything. We need it at our fingertips.
That's such a good idea.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yes, Ash. Yesterday, actually, I did a video of this "Oh My Life." That was in Hindi, actually, a YouTube video, and I even titled that video as "This is like a product for 8 billion people." This itself, this single product, because everybody has their own lives, their own memories, whatever they do in their life.
Let's be careful. Let's be careful. There's some age categories are not qualified, and this is not my conclusion now. But there's some products, they are. You need to be an adult or not minor to use them. Okay, and a new topic. Please don't bring children to the screen unless they are, monitored by guardian or. So I don't know if it's proper or improper. I just want to take a chance. Minors shouldn't be on the screen on a video or make the content unless that is not on our platform, because we would have to take a permission. So don't send the kids before the parents, please. It's okay if Brother Marty DeGarmo has Alexis comes in and say hi. Yeah, he's there. It's not like she's okay, or his Shorty, Jordan, or okay, so they come and say hello. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. It's a beautiful thing, but we don't go one day and like Shorty is the one who is on the screen and speaking recklessly. No, we cannot do that.
So Ash, my life is a kind of a digital diary that is open to selected people you want to share it with.
Diary is a portion of it. I agree with you. But the ability to organize the data, okay. How many times like you kick Jane, like what's his name? What's her name? Like, okay, remind me, like you're approaching somebody every time. She just heard, okay. Okay.
She said I kick her every day, but I don't think you mean that in that way.
It feels terrible. It feels terrible, okay? To forget, like you just like, man, I just had a conversation with them and I didn't know their name. That's bad. Or where did I meet them? Like I cannot recall and they're talking, okay, that's bad. So this will solve it. So you're gonna have less kicking in your life.
I'm all for less kicking, I'll tell you, Ash, I'm bruised.
That's a good thing. Or otherwise you have to work out and get firm and buffed. I take the easy one. I use all my life.
Sounds
good.
good.
Sweat. Yeah. So it's the collection. Remember I said the way we organize and retrieve the input and retrieving the data when needed as needed. So you would have a perfect memory with a combination of other stuff. So it's not done. It's not even near done. So that is just another icing on the cake.
Can you imagine as well for future generations, for instance, your grandkids, you give access to my life to your grandkids and they'll know everything about you, even if you're not there.
And the good thing is you can, everybody has those things, you want to keep them private, confidential, or let's say with certain people, right? But not everything. You have the ability to choose what's buried, okay? And what's shared and with whom and all of that. So it's incredible. It will actually minimize crime.
Mm-hmm.
We want to take it to a higher level.
Oh, man, you can have secret messages to certain people and all sorts.
So I would like for the social workers, like our sister in Michigan, okay? Joyce. Yeah, if you want to have her address understanding the mindset of individuals before things happen and having blockchain screening that and flashing things early on before a crazy maniac goes and open fire in an elementary school. I'm sorry, I just went off track, but I'm just telling you. Expand your brain with us. What did I do, babe? Am I okay? Okay, because you gave me the look.
So cute. Ash, I have a question.
Did you have that look, Ash?
Yeah, how many times a minute? Yeah.
Ash, I have a question.
But it's perfect. This is what I have. I love it. Yeah, go ahead, Julie. I'm sorry.
I have a question. I've never had questions, but I'm just wondering in my mind, I don't know if this is appropriate to ask here, but have you decided what are the products that are going to be free for the public? Sorry.
Almost everything has a free level of it.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing.
You cannot lose coming to ONPASSIVE. Okay?
Yeah. Another question. Have you had enough sleep or have you had more than 90 minutes?
That bothers me about you can't lose if you come to ONPASSIVE. And we all know that there's been a number of people who have passed away waiting on ONPASSIVE, the dream that they were sold. And we also know there's many organizations who sell the exact same dream. But those typically actually have products and services that people are able to sell. They're only selling them to each other, but that's beside the point. That's a whole different discussion.
Sleep in the past few days.
Thank you for the advice. Yes, a little bit better. Thank you for your care. And the lesson of that is like one day you're not going to have a warning. So take your health very seriously. And it's not like you're going to have stages and steps to heart attack or,
I'm so glad you're saying this. Because I'm going to record this. I'm going to record this part right here and send it to you. Okay?
There's one exception.
Yeah.
Ash Mufareh, sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself to be a bridge for the others to pass on you.
Sure.
Not yet, you don't. Okay? Not yet.
But it scared me a little bit. Like, okay, so it's not going to be a warning just like that. I'm going to wake up with one eye less, or one is going to just blow up. Could happen to the heart or any peace.
We need you. We need your well-being.
I know, and I need to be with you and for others because I have a lot of love to give, and I'm not scared of death. I believe it's not something bad and it's normal, and I welcome it anytime. But I just feel there's a responsibility that need to be delivered to the right people until I can check out.
And notice, you ain't going nowhere, asshole. You're talking like Marty now. Don't checking out. Niraj, you got your hand up again. Come on, brother.
Yeah, as I know, I asked you about various applications, but let me single down to one application, one product, booking.
What's wrong with this man? Like I said,
what's
we talked about 3. Booking. Okay. Just because you're near it, okay? If it was someone else, I would not do it. But because you're near it, it's very simple, okay? It's it will start with your own with a business agenda. You know, whether it's a doctor office, it's a university, it's whatever it is. Having your agenda, okay? Your scheduling. They call it scheduling, or how do you say that in the UK?
Scheduling.
Who says scheduling? Like, you know, there's.
In India, they say scheduling.
Scheduling.
No,
okay.
schedule.
Whatever it is, we'll call it booking, okay? Okay, so we cut the argument. So it will be where you can have your appointments, all of that, days, obviously for the year, for all of that, but we take it to another level. Like, you know, we integrate it with other elements, you know, so for example, like your mail, you don't have to remember Gersminder's birthday, it will automatically set it up, or your employees, your family members, it will send them a postcard on time, okay, 5 years from now. Make sure you updated a bid, and if, you know, so you do that, but we take it to another level in the future that has to do with travel booking. So it's a complete booking reservation, okay, for businesses and all of that. Like, you know, restaurants, you know, you have an appointment, you book, you check reservation. Remember, you have some dining, etc. So it's all of it. Again, that is needed. Okay, time management, and we don't forget things. So did that help, Neeraj? Let me make it easy. What's the next product you want to know about? Like, without even having to spin it around.
No. I think this much.
Are you sure you don't want to know about anything else?
No, I think Julie asked my question.
Just one more question. Yeah.
And an evidence that my wife still likes me, she just gave me this beautiful drink. I have no idea what it is. It's bubbly. It's apple and pear. Okay.
Sparkling apple juice.
No, it's some of the weird stuff they have. It's essential energy. Okay, so it's an indirect way that you are weak. Okay, accelerates metabolism. Your fat burns body fat. Okay. She's cracking up. That's her way. Why you didn't drink that? Like, why am I have to drink it? Okay, so Fuji apple pear. You see it? It's good stuff. It tastes good, but makes me feel weird. I don't know. Like.
Sorry.
Need a lot of help and therapy.
Absolutely, you do.
And here's the thing. This is empty. Why did she? It's all in this glass.
It's glass.
She a can. That's pointing my problems. Like, make sure you get the memo, buddy. Okay, I will heal. How does it work? She's cracking up.
So cute.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking coconut water.
Yes. Vita, what is it?
Vita Coco.
Oh, like, okay, beautiful.
I caught some flu over the weekend. So this is good.
A lot of liquid. But you sound perfect. If you say we didn't even know.
I got my remedy. As soon as I felt it, I had some remedies.
I'm sure you would have to have a book or something, or class in Academy and possibly O-commerce, and everybody gets stuck because nowadays we have any symptoms of anything. What do? We don't call a doctor. We Google it.
That's right.
Now we're going to Julie it.
Dr. Chris Johnson.
Oh, Julie. Oh, Chris, yeah. All right, are we good? Are you sure you don't want to ask about another product or another topic?
Let's just have it all, Mr. Ash. Oh, host, oh, doodle, oh, booking, oh, traffic. Since you're already here.
We already said
about
it.
Oh, host, Ash. Oh, host. Khalid Mana from OTech Pros is asking about Oh, host.
Yes. I haven't talked to
know.
Neeraj before. Yeah, so he would tell. Okay. Yeah, that's self-explanatory. Obviously, the name says it.
domain
Oh.
hosting. I'm trying to
Oh,
make sure I
goodbye. Oh,
understand.
goodbye, F.
I like that topic. Yes, indeed. Thank you. All right, I'll see you tomorrow on the lives, or whoever is tonight. You want to remind everybody, Chris, ladies, on the schedule?
So tomorrow we are going to have Old West with Chris Johnson. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have ONPASSIVE 360 in the morning. And then in the evening, we'll have the Julie and Milo show. And then on Thursday, we are going to have Robin webinar with her and Marty and Chris. And then on Wednesday, on Friday, we can have Ron and Lynn. And then on Saturday, we are going to have the Kenya and then Julie and Milo as well. All of that you can find in the webinar tab. All right. Am I missing anyone? I think I'm there.
Yes,
There's so many
ONPASSIVE
webinars.
360 on Wednesday, because we have to. Okay.
Yes, I said that.
2 o'clock
Okay.
after 12 o'clock.
Is it 2 o'clock?
Let's make it 2 on Wednesday. I am going away, so I want to make sure I get to a place, not on the road. I will open a laptop, and if I am unable to reach and all that, just keep it on time. But I will be in touch with you by the phone. I am doing my best to attend, obviously. Okay, either way, like by listening or being there. But it's not my show, so this is yours. You will be the announcer, not me. And I'm sure there will be other topics, so you can do the 360 plan anyway, not just the announcement. But that would be like a new era where we can talk about events, we can talk about, more products and, open things up. It would just really free us more to expand the topic. Oh, don't forget all those logistics we talked about in the beginning. And I'm sure you're going to do a fantastic job about it, clarifying them in all different, communities. But important, obviously, after that, what is the way for us to connect? Okay, the back office, right? Moving forward, we're not going to be selling founders. Okay, we're not going to be inviting. Okay, so it will be mainly internal topic, and we're going to get better at monetizing the tools we have. Testing the product. So it's coming soon. We're going to be more engaged with O Network, take it to the next level, organizing the calendar, the webinar schedules, the topics, all of that. Okay, I believe, so everybody will be more educated, informed, prepared, not to be left behind. And again, we're not going to be pausing to reel. Okay, that's it. The flight is going to take off on time just by the dot. It's not going to be, if it's some will miss the flight, not the flight will be delayed for a few. Okay, doesn't make sense. Enough delays with Chris. He's laughing. I suffered that too. But we're going to do that, and that's been said. We want to have the leaders take charge of the O leaders section, the upcoming webinars and all that. So all of them we would have access for them. So I would coordinate with you here on the panel. We will pretty much give all the leaders that are engaged, to give them access to post responsibly, right? Nothing personal, nothing, self-promoting. So that way, it is important to have the data, the information out there. For example, like if I want to attend ONPASSIVE 360, Julia and Milo, I want to attend Robin, Chris, whichever session, it will be easily organized. So I go to it, I get the link or the button, so we will work with you so that you just see the date when you're available. You will know what's in there. Okay, so that is the next thing, which is it's already coded and done. We just want to put it to use. All right, so I'm going to listen to my brother. Oh, goodbye. Till the next time.
All righty. And I have one more thing. I figure, you know what? We need to kind of conclude this with a little pick-me-up. And Miss Salsa, I'm going to have to move you, Angel. She came over to sit on my lap. Hello, sweetheart. And she was like, Mommy, where are you? Where are you? Why aren't you paying attention to me? You know, the puppy wumpkins always want their mama's attention. I'm sure if you have little pups or little kitties, you know exactly what I mean. Goodness, would this thing go away? Okay, there. Nope. Okay, why do I have this tab thing that I cannot release? For like the life of me, where is my mouse? Will this work? I have way too many things, I swear, up on this little bitty tiny kind of table-y thing. Where is it? Nope, that's not working. Yeah, I'll leave that sucker down there. Okay. I got it. So what did you guys think of all that today? Your dogs always want your snacks. Yeah. Oh, mine. I mean, Salsa is finally getting a little bit better at not barking at the neighbors. That is, if I have a little bit of a treat with me and break out little pieces and reminders like, oh, look, I'll get a snack. If you're a good little girl and you're not barking at everyone. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I have one more thing to share with you, but I do want to say thank you so much for participating and showing up, being in the chat, all that sort of stuff. And thank you to my subscribers, to my channel members, to my Patreons. All of you guys completely rock the Casbah. And for those of you who know where that expression comes from, I'm so glad you do. And those of you who don't, then you need to go find you some Clash so you can listen to Rock the Casbah. And now I lost what I was looking for. Let's see if I can bring that back up. I'm going to have to move my Yeti microphone because that is so in my way. I can't see anything. Been struggling and struggling. Okay. And now I will present this. Do you hear Salsa? You hear her growling right there? Because Chalupa got somewhere. But I also want to say thank you for those of you who are the catch-up crew. A whoop whoop to you and a whoop whoop to the replay crew. I appreciate all of you so very much. And basically, until next time, let's just listen to a song. And thank you so much for being here and celebrating with me the 2nd anniversary of when the founder positions closed.
Founders gathered, hearts full of dreams, paid their way for golden schemes. Mr. Mufareh, with promises bright, spoke of wealth in the morning light. Months went by, commissions too, excuses came, but nothing new. In corporate calls, they wear a mask, afraid to question, afraid to ask. Mr. Mufareh, where's our pay? We've been waiting day by day. Excuses flow, but money's gone. Toxic smiles, we carry on. Afraid to ask, afraid to fight. In the glow of weapon or light, positivity is all we show. But deep inside, we need to know. Promises built on shifting sand, dreams of riches by his hand. Every meeting, words the same, no answers come, just shifting blame. They chant the mantra, sing the song, wondering where it all went wrong. Mr. Mufareh's voice so sweet, but founders feel the bitter heat. Mr. Mufareh, where's our place? We've been waiting day by day. Excuses flow, but money's gone. to ask, afraid to fight. In the glow of weapon or light, positivity is all we show. But deep inside we need to know. Behind the screens, whispers rise. In the silence, truth belies. Founders' hearts begin to see through the veil of false decree. Mr. Mufareh, where's our pay? We've been waiting day by day. Excuses flow, but money's gone. Toxic smiles, we carry on. Afraid to ask, afraid to fight. In the glow of weapon or light, positivity is all we show. But deep inside we need to know. One day the truth will come to light. Founders standing in the right. Mr. Mufareh's joy will fade. Justice for the promises made. No more fear, no more lies. Founders strong, they'll rise and rise. Positivity, real and true. Building dreams anew and new.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here and sharing time with me. Don't forget, you're beautiful and I love you. Until next time, good night, everyone.